Welcome back to the U.S. Poker Open. Night has fallen in Las Vegas, and it's time for some bonus coverage. It's time for event number 3. It's a $10,000 no-limit hold'em event. It is day 1 coverage, and we have Daniel Negreanu and Nick Schulman headlining our feature table. My name is Remko Rinkema. Donnie Peters alongside me. Let's see if we can get some exciting hands on this feature table today. If you missed the coverage earlier on PokerGO.com, Jeff and Brent did commentary on that final table. We won't spoil it for you guys in case you missed it. Please go check that out as well. Here's a look at the payouts for event number 3. The registration has closed. The final 12 will get paid. And there's $235,000 on top for the winner. Donnie, we have one of the more stacked tables we could possibly have.
We got Jesse Lonis up on top of this feature table leaderboard, as you guys can see on your screen. Sam Soverall, a regular in all of our events. Of course, everyone knows Dan Shack. And then we got Nick Schulman, Daniel Negreanu. Those guys need no introduction at all.
I didn't see this.
Nico Cope from Germany.
Should be all in with this.
Also among the bigger stacks in the tournament right now. Dan Shack was on our feature table late last night for a little while as well.
Okay.
And Lonis always brings the heat.
Get to do the squeeze and everything. Do I just win?
Surprised you even look, Sam.
Oh my God! The fucking cooler was in. You were not kidding. You knew. What'd you have, like 9-10, right?
No, obviously 10.
What the hell?
10-3 off. That gave me a chance to get fine.
I had queen 3 off.
Damn, boys.
So
Why'd I even look?
I was being tight.
Why'd I even look?
Is it? Oh, is that the Helmuth?
No, it's a San Francisco way.
Sounds like a Helmuth.
Queen 3 or Queen 4 then?
Queen 4. Yeah.
Queen 3.
Oh, where Foxen had the 9s?
You know what Queen 3?
Foxen had the 9s in that famous hand. The exact hand.
Have it at this very table. The famous Queen 4.
The look on Fox's face was really good.
Nick Schulman bringing the swag as always, going for the chest hair with the, maybe those are photochromatic glasses adjusting to the brightness of the set. Not know for sure, but he comes in for the race, the 20K with King 9 of hearts. A few quick tosses here. So Negreanu gives up the small blind. Schulman started this hand with 145K, 14 bigs. Thanks everyone for tuning into this free stream on YouTube and PokerGO. This is our bonus coverage of the U.S. Poker Open. This is event 1. Excuse me, what am I saying? Day 1, event 3. There's a lot going on. We have lots of events here at the U.S. Poker Open. You can find all that information on PokerGO.com/schedule as far as streaming times go. And then we also have live reporting, of course, on PGT.com. And right now, we got Negreanu and Schulman at the feature table, so quite the perfect way to spend an evening. Some high-level poker. And we'll try to keep this stream going for, you know, maybe 3.5, 4 hours. Hopefully get closer and closer to the money, which will be the final 12. And then Brent and Jeff will do commentary on the final table tomorrow on PokerGO.com, so that should be a fun final table, given the fact that the field is so extremely stacked. Lonis here, ace-4 suited, comes in for the raise. Negreanu is the short stack here at the table, only 9 big blinds, so he's got to make something happen real soon with the blinds at 5K, 10K, with a 10K big blind. And there goes Schulman, all in for 180.
That's too much. It's okay.
Too rich for Jesse Lonis. Schulman picks this one up. Donnie, we're at an interesting stage of the tournament. The money is still far enough away for it not to matter a lot. Registration is also closed, so there's no real incentive to gamble with your stack because you can rebuy also.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, 84 entries in this one, 12 pain.
You're gone when that bad boy comes
So
out.
we're getting close to the money, but not as close as if anyone joined us last night for our day 1 coverage. People would have saw we were playing like one table off the money, and then we got to 4 or 5 places off the money. So
the bubble, they don't bother because it's just. Oh really? I think they do it 4 hours, and usually it's not quite near the bubble. Yeah, like hand for hand, they keep doing.
Dan Shack gets it, Donnie. He's hired. He can join the production team if he wants
I mean,
to.
I would do the bubble.
Bubble will be fun. Not as fun for the tournament staff as
98
Negreanu finds
98.
pocket
See
jacks
how I
and
said
moves
98?
all in
Is
for
that way, like,
98K.
they can't think. They can't say, well, can I get a count? I already said, buddy, 98. No, I said 98. They can't like say.
What if you have less?
But I'm just saying they can't stop the clock and ask for a count.
Negreanu
Still,
all the
though.
first tournament life. Dan Shack
I'm not-
contemplating
yeah, cut
here
it
with
out.
King
There
Queen
you
of
go.
Hearts.
98.
What do you think, Donnie?
I think it's close. I mean, you still have Jesse Lonis behind you. It is a pretty good chunk of your stack.
You say it.
I'm not in the hand, man. This guy's gonna bike either.
I don't know. I mean, the way that Dan Shack runs against Daniel Negreanu,
Because it's TV,
I
Dan's
feel
worried
like
he's
he
gonna
can
make a
put his
mistake,
money in.
right? You don't make it. You don't want to look stupid on TV.
No, I can't look stupid.
I hope he's Hollywood and he fucks her.
No, I can't look stupid.
Yeah. Must have
Actually,
good-
I could look stupid maybe by folding. I can look stupid.
Well, there you go. There's that too.
I don't think it would look that stupid if he folded. I, mean,
Yeah.
I could kind of go either way.
No, it's not that good.
Negreanu only
It's not that good.
9 big blinds.
He folded.
Wow.
76 more? What is it,
I
98?
got 98. Yeah.
Jesse's probably going to call this
Let's see it.
the price.
What'd you have, Dan?
King, Queen of Hearts.
You were
not
okay.
good.
I guess I wanted you out.
All right, so Dan Shack gets out of the way. Jesse Lonis calls the little bit of extra
I'd rather
money
play this one than
required
If
to
you
go
have
to
ace
showdown.
King or ace queen.
And Negreanu's tournament life is on the line here.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about him. I wasn't worried about him at all.
nobody's worried about Jeff.
I didn't even think about Jesse in the hand.
You were just a non-event in the hand.
I wish I had his hand. That's all. That's all I was thinking. I was like,
non-event.
damn, I wish I had his hand.
We're talking about it
I
like it
look
wasn't in
stupid
here.
folding that, or you don't think so? Ace rag, I'm behind an ace queen. Ace
Buddy,
king, I'm down.
even I wake up with the aces sometimes.
Are we really waiting this
Yeah, I
long
wasn't
for
even
freaking
thinking
runoff?
They already know the cards, so they're probably gonna bust.
They're going to shift it. Yeah, they're switching the deck. Switching the graphics.
There it comes.
Waiting for the showdown here between Negreanu and Lonis. Here comes the flop. King right there in the window.
Good fold, Dan.
Even though Shack folded King Queen, there was still a
you can only
king
look
left to
bad
hurt
by
Negreanu.
folding. That's what I do.
3 on the turn.
Calling.
Negreanu looking for a jack and a jack only, or else he'll be an early casualty here on our day 1 live stream event number 3. And there it is. Deuce on the river completes the board. Negreanu eliminated. Exit Negreanu. Let's see who we get in his place.
That would insult Helmuth so much if Dan busted and they put him back right on. He'd be like, whoa, 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 I'm not
Donnie,
number
can
one.
you go get Helmuth?
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's close.
Helmuth likes
yeah,
it.
it's close, yeah.
I'm sure if Helmuth stays in long enough, maybe we'll get him up here. Got a few hours ahead of us.
Exactly. We have a few hours of coverage here of day 1. Like I said before, all of our final tables for the U.S. Poker Open are exclusively for our beloved PokerGO subscribers. You can watch today's final table there as well. It is available on demand.
You would have just flatted me pre-flop and I would have got the king high board.
Yeah, you're not folding.
I would
either.
have been seeing. Dan would have said no ace, that's a king, all right.
Sovereign
See you at the
here, king
river.
jack off. It's going to get involved here, raising to 20K.
I might folded the flop. That's what.
Donnie, give us some stats and information on day 1 of this event. Perhaps give us a few more names that are still in the field on the outer tables, because there are plenty of tables still in play.
Yeah, I said a little bit earlier, 84 entries in this one, $10,000 buy-in, so $840,000 prize pool up for grabs. The top 12 places will make the money, more than $235,000 up top. A min cash worth $21,000. Up towards the top of the counts, Dan Smith, Dylan Wiseman, Andrew Lucky Chewy Lichtenberger, all doing very well. Phil Hellmuth is still in the mix, sitting at about $500,000 in chips. Young gun Jeremy Becker, also at about $500,000 in chips. We saw Roger Johnson make the final table of event number 2. We saw Victoria Lifshitz also at that final table. Both of them are still in. Justin Zaki made the final table of event number 1. Also been on a little bit of a heater inside the studio as of late. He's still out there in the mix. So we got some good names. Eric Afriat still out there as well. So
that's good to
2
see.
important cards. So I got 2 important cards.
I had the fake flush.
So I'd say roughly about 25 players left right now, Donnie.
Pair
yeah,
straight draw.
25 to 30 or so, give or take a few.
If you're enjoying our coverage, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I know you all are probably Negreanu fans.
Table today.
9 gave you a straight.
Please stick around for
Yeah.
this table
What?
because it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, I just
Guaranteed
busted
with
Dan
these
after he
characters.
holds the king. I'm typing hot here
And
today.
Negreanu bust out
Yeah.
kind of extra brutal, knowing
Fucking idiot.
Mr. Shaq over there folded a
I told
king.
you
I
I
know.
could only look bad.
Fucking 25 people on the money.
I
Yeah.
could only look bad by folding. I told you I couldn't look bad by folding.
No, yeah, you could look really good.
I just felt in that spot. It was just looking bad by folding.
I think it was a fine fold. I think it was very close. Probably call ace-jack suited. Probably call
He was
ace-jack
all
off.
in with
But
ace-4 against ace-8.
king queens are always tricky.
And he rivered a 4.
This is what I'm saying. He had 9s against ace queen. King.
I know,
Ace
ace
queen
queen,
brick,
black
nine
brick,
times
9.
Does he cover Jesse's counting like he knows it's over?
Yeah. See ya.
I don't have a good seat here.
My deck read is on today, man. I fold the button, queen 3 off. I've been raising it all day.
10 ace
Dan's
space
got
for
time
Coop
during
under the
day.
gun, raised. Soverall defended for the big blind. Both flares flopping
I
a
never
pair.
fold queen 3 off.
Soverall's pair 6 is his second best, but he's still going to
Right.
check call here for 20K. 7 on the turn.
No, I'm getting married during the beginning of the series. I may be able to go for like the main and like the big PLO stuff. Maybe take my girl there after the wedding. You know, that'd be cool.
When are big PLOs in the summer? Early or late?
Soverall
In the
comes
train?
with a lead on the
World
turn.
Series.
Oh, the World Series.
Called to see the river. 9 of hearts.
Yeah.
Spread out.
I'm not even sure. Yeah.
4-liner to a straight out there. 3 hearts out there. Coop does make a 10 high straight, having that 10 of spades.
You think
in
this will
his
be the
hand.
biggest World Series ever this year? The main event? It's gonna break it. Dan's so sure right now. He'd bet $1 million on it.
Last year, I mean, they just made 10,000 last. I think it'll be more. I just keep.
I agree. Poker's just booming.
Yeah, that was like, I think it'll be right there, but you know, sometimes there's like
Little drop off of excitement. I don't know. Yeah.
Good question from Russell in the chat, Donnie. What poker pro gets married during the WSOP? That's a strong one.
Good question.
Jesse Lonis, PLO high roller winner from last year. Missing
Poker's
some
like
time.
growing every day in countries, so you know what I mean. Like more and more people from foreign countries are playing.
And they can support like tournaments at the same time, different places.
There's a boom in Asia right now.
Yeah.
Like
Is it 1 or 5?
that's huge. Yeah. If there was a bet, the betting line would be probably minus 140 that it won't be the biggest, or minus 150.
$250,000 in the middle here as Cope raised the 20K. Soverall called,
And then I would probably be on
Then
the dog.
Soverall check all
Plus
20K.
150 that it-
and Soverall led the turn for 27K. And now on the river, Soverall checks and Cope bets 105. Cope has the winner here, backing into a straight after flopping top pair. Soverall with King 6, a little frustrated, but ultimately makes the right call. The right call, which was to make the laydown. Make things a little bit confusing there for you, perhaps.
Queen
But
10 heart club, and you're just gonna fucking fire it off like every river.
Sovereign fishing for some info as Nico Cope from Germany is now up to 46 big blinds. Has quite a nice chip lead here at this feature table.
Except we may be a random table to break. So I would.
Yeah, I'd wait 1 sec because we may be breaking.
Yeah. If we don't break, they'll bring people here. But if we break, we're out of here.
Donnie, JT, the first one today. To shout out the bonus bros.
That's right, the bonus bros.
Should we get matching tattoos?
No.
How many likes on the video for you to get a bonus bros? We need a logo. I'm going to ask my fiance to make us a logo. Shout out to everyone who is tuning in. Donnie and I will be live every single night during the U.S. Poker Open with this bonus coverage. We are open to questions, suggestions, and everything else that's on your mind.
I felt it coming too. I really did. Felt like it.
I did too. That's why I was thinking so long. I mean, normally I was just mucked the way the hand went down.
People can't complain. I changed the thumbnail. So,
oh boy,
no more complaining.
You should change the title too?
I did. I did.
But yeah, we have a good table. We have some very talkative players, and right now we are, I believe we're breaking a table, so we're going to get some new players moved to this one.
Every time he gets a hat with whatever branding he has. You know it's a scam. Every time. I know, but what's a scam? Go to zero. Lux and pay. Like, since he has that hat, I'm not making any money on Lux anymore. That's a serious thing. It's gotta be a scam.
Sam Sovereign, the only one patiently waiting here at this table, so it seems. Oh, well, there's the rest of the players. If you're just tuning in, we're just breaking a table. We're getting some new players at this one. There's 2 open seats. Donnie, who are you hoping for that we get?
I mean, Phil Hellmuth is #1.
Give me Hellmuth and give me Kristen Foxen.
Yeah.
I'd love to see those.
Who else is out there? I think Eric Seidel's still out there. Lucky Chewy could be a good one. You know, he was pretty chatty yesterday.
Who's your Lance
I didn't see the
Craps is asking if I saw the mass of Rice Krispie treats he sent me on Twitter.
Wait, which hand are you talking about?
I think I missed that.
The one where you folded on the 4 straight river?
You can follow us on Twitter, by the way.
What do you mean you didn't see the turn?
At Remko Rinkema and at Donnie_Peters.
I got you, yeah. No, I only perked up on the river there.
I think someone is watching the stream
7 turn or
from
9?
earlier today.
Oh, I bet it's Jesse.
Yeah, must be Jesse. I wonder why. No spoilers. Do not see the
Looks
tweet.
like we're getting
an annoying spot,
Chino
Sam.
Reed.
Oh, baby.
Chino's fun.
Oh,
This
you
is a good
defended the
table.
big? Okay, you check called 8-6 deuce. Uh-huh. No, I don't like that turn lead. Not really. Not on those. Yeah.
Michael Rosito as well.
I thought it was Blesnik for a second.
No, not definitely on the zero. Maybe like 7-5.
All right, so 2 new players joining the
We're
fun
getting
here.
cozy here. We're getting cozy.
Schulman, Shaq, and Sovereign all looking for quick double ups here to get a bit more comfortable. Wonder what Rosito and Reem are bringing to the table.
You drinking a very hard to get Japanese beer?
No, it's actually extremely
Not anymore. Not anymore.
At no point did I have anything happen.
Whatever it was.
It's Russian.
Russian.
Neither. It's like river.
Quick look at the outside of the PokerGO Studio to remind you of our U.S. Poker Open series on globalpoker.com every night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast. A new U.S. Poker Open event kicks off on globalpoker.com. You can compete for a $5,000 prize package for a trip to Las Vegas, as well as sweeps prizes on a Global Poker. So go check them out right now and get in the game. I played yesterday. It was really fun, actually. I have not been playing lots of poker lately, but it's been fun to tip my toe back in the water. As Chino Reem is going live on the gram, telling his friends and family that he's on the live stream. Chino Reem, good follow on Twitter. Saw him at the gym a while ago, Donnie, with Kerry Katz.
Working out with El Jefe.
Yeah, why not? Got to get those.
I think there was some cryotherapy involved.
I did today.
All right, about to get
Right
those cards
after
back in the
I
air.
won, I busted.
That's all right. Nick, I always ask you this. You don't have an Instagram, right?
Just Twitter.
Deke
I
Acosta,
busted more today than you have.
Donnie. How is the
You tweeting, Chino?
2024
Or you just on the
WSB
ground?
25 fantasy planning going? Are you going to be back in?
Yeah, I've actually already started doing research.
Nice.
Of course I'm back in there.
Did you go on a, like
We're
a
the
racist,
champs.
homophobic rant one
Defend
night?
the title.
Never did I did that. Which one am I looking at? Right here, right?
Put me down for 2%.
Booked. We're going to start the dynasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably should know that.
Let's start with the 3-peat.
Yeah?
All right, cards back in the air. Chino Reem has joined the table,
Sounds
as well as
about right.
Michael Rosito.
Feels about right.
Reem brings
344.
344,000 to the table.
Let's see
Rosito
if
has 392. So a lot of middling stacks, a lot of players that can really hurt each other. I wonder how that's going to affect things here at this table.
Feels right.
A lot of pressure, Donnie, can be had, even though the stacks aren't necessarily very deep, which will probably make this quite an interesting dynamic.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie,
right
this
now.
shit is fucking
Yeah, it should be fun. I think these players
a
like to
strawberry
stay
milkshake.
pretty active.
You got 150?
202.
Shit, you were paid.
Did you just rip it?
Choice, man.
Schulman raises 20K.
Nicholas, I like that one. That was good.
Overall moves all in.
I was hoping Samuel would fall for it and show his hand. 50-50.
That came off it too quick.
Yeah, a little bit. But you have to. Other than that, it might be just,
Yeah.
you know, they might say, he called.
Shout out to our crew for Mike
Well, I
and
only
Chino
went
Reem.
forward
Good
with
decision.
with the cards,
Of course.
right?
Of course.
I did. It's true.
Michael Rosito there to Schulman's right. Pretty interesting story overall. So he's got poker-wise more than 3.7 million in earnings. He won the Queen Millions Championship, $3,500 buy-in last March for more than 600,000. That was his
I fucking
largest
showed my whole
score
hand
ever.
out of
But
turn.
Italian immigrant, had
Wow.
no money, grinded his way up from
It would
like
have.
$1 and $2 tournaments
Wow.
online.
Wow.
I should have thought about that.
And now is extremely
What up,
good.
champ?
I've
What's up,
played with
brother?
him a bit around town, and
You fucking, you
He's
champion over there.
hell
You
of a
do your
handful
thing. I fold.
to play
You
with.
get out
An
the champ's way.
absolute beast. I was told from a friend that when he went to play his first live tournament, he didn't even have the proper ID to be able to play it.
Wow.
This is a pretty sick little streamed feature table right here. Full of a lot of accomplished gentlemen.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
Really
airing
well.
right now.
And then there's me.
The world's best commentator, world's best gold trader, today's champ,
Woo.
German porn star.
World class sports better. Get it right. Former poker pro, right?
Maybe at some point. Online or something. Some streamer, seat one.
Yeah, what's your stream name?
Donnie,
What's your online name? Can't say it.
we mentioned this yesterday. The atmosphere of this bonus coverage is so laid back and relaxed. I'm just enjoying sitting back and watching these guys interact. I don't feel like we need to say a whole lot unless things get crazy, like, you know, maybe right here. Dan Shack all in for 139K. It just feels like a casual home game between friends right now.
Yeah, of course. Lonis has a decision here with those fives. Elects to give it up.
He's getting ready to leave when you. Didn't matter what cards you had.
Too many people behind me. needed to be.
That's what I said. I was not even gonna.
I had a nice pair, man.
Nick, I feel like you're tied to the PokerGO. What is this right here?
I think
That's
it's
the
the
trophy.
I think it's the U.S. Poker Open
It
like
is. Look at-
emblem, yeah.
Look at
Right.
the trophy.
An eagle, yeah. It's like an eagle.
But I mean,
It
I
looks
just
very, like,
I just figured it out.
Third Reich.
My powers of deduction. It wasn't an inside.
Or
job.
like
It does, actually.
Hogan,
It looks like it belongs on
Hogan's
you.
Heroes.
You're right.
On what?
uniform. The German one had their wings like pretty flat, like a straight line. They got spread out.
So they just edited the wings a little bit.
Yeah. Second right.
Okay. They modified it so it's not.
The Democrat.
Action folds around to Michael Rosito. 9-8 of spades in the small blind, perhaps playing a little offense here against Schulman in the big blind. Donnie, how do we play these middling suited connectors from the small blind? You know, it just seems like a way to easily get into trouble.
Well, given the stacks there, effectively what Schulman's playing with, you could just put that in like Rosito did.
Good feeling.
Even if Schulman ends up waking up with something to call you, a 9-8 suited, 10-9 suited, stuff like that probably has good enough equity to be able to just run it, take that risk.
Any case to be made to limp in when you reach a certain stack size, or would you prefer to just raise and have the initiative? How do you look at that?
Yeah, I mean, if let's say both players are a bit deeper, if Schulman had a bit deeper stack, maybe Rosito elects to just limp in knowing he could possibly call a raise, right?
Case by case basis.
But in that case, if he does limp,
Depends how
probably
much
the
you
most common raise
give
size
to the
if Schulman
casino.
does raise would just be a jam with the 16 big blinds. So
It's just nicotine.
There's a Third Reich emblem on the table. You think you're gonna ban this guy for a bait?
Chino Reem comes in with the raise, 10-8 of hearts. Schulman lets go of the queen jack, and Dan Shack picks up the jiggities, as a famous philosopher has
philosopher Brad Owen.
philosopher Brad Owen has proclaimed them as, and
How
Shack
good of
moves
a hand was that?
all in.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Chino Reem with a quick
I
fold,
did.
and
The horse and the whip.
They still got
Cowboy.
breaks it
Yeah,
in.
it's still the trophy.
It's still the same trophy?
I've never got one, but I'm pretty
Got
sure.
a couple of those.
Between the players at this table, you could fill a whole you could fill a whole school gym with trophies. These guys have won so much money, it's hard to even fathom. And I want to say Sam Soverel probably the biggest winner
It's
in
Texas
live
Hold'em.
events
It's a good Texas Hold'em.
between these
Trophy.
guys. Soverel,
That was a
22.7
good time
million
for
in career
Jax.
tournament earnings, 36th on Poker's all-time money list. His live results date back to 2011. And his second ever cash. He got second in a World Poker Tour in Jacksonville.
I'm both doing one. Today one, right?
No.
Yeah. Yesterday you were in 3?
Donnie, when I got into poker, Jamie Gold was #1 on Poker's all-time money list. And now he's like
Today or
number
yesterday?
1,000.
Yesterday.
It's
One of the
absurd.
first, like the first.
You had aces, right? Oh no, you had a
first
set,
orbit,
right?
It was King Jack 8. And
Cope here versus
Eights
Lonis.
versus
Peter had aces.
Min raise from
Min
Cope to
nine.
20K. Lonis calls for
He drilled an
10K.
ace for every chip.
Ace 10
All
versus
in on the
King
flop?
Jack. Lonis lets it go on the flop after the
Like,
German
literally first
continued.
orbit of the tournament.
you drilled an ace on the river.
Yeah. He was trying to
But
muck,
Daniel,
you know,
like
bullshit.
Daniel pulled his hand out of the muck or something.
He was trying to muck, like he's like, I can't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought he was slow rolling with fucking jacks the way he was. Yeah.
Wait, he made the final table, right? Sean.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What place did Sean come?
He finished sixth, I believe, or seventh.
6 or
I think he was the first one that lost at the final table because Victoria was
I don't
sixth.
remember. Yeah, actually, winners was first.
Yeah, I think so.
I knocked them out. Yeah, in order. Yeah. I just can't remember which order.
Players at the table discussing the final table from earlier today.
Yeah, I
You can
lost
catch
the
all that
first 3
on
hands. And went down
PokerGO.com
right away, and then I won
exclusively.
every hand after. the first 20 minutes was looking bad. It was like me just like dumping every
How
spot.
long did this shit take?
Couple.
Adamo used
No,
to
three,
have one
three,
for like
4.
30 minutes. Like it would just come in the whole time. Then the stream would be 37 minutes. And the first like 8 minutes would be them yapping. And then he would just fucking rip it and bust everyone. 30 minutes. The whole thing would be over. There's like 5 of them.
Michael Adamo, Donnie. Speaking of a name we haven't had to say for a very long time. He just, he came, he saw, he conquered, and he went back to the beach.
I wanted to
Yeah, I
slow
think
it
he's
down.
popped up in some Triton events, but hasn't made it stateside recently, at least in the studio.
Lonis shoves on solver roll with deuces and gets it through.
Now it makes sense, right?
If I raise the button, do you shove the deuces as well?
Of course.
Okay.
Jesse Lonis just
At ace-4 off.
You call it a king?
Actually, you may be one of the only people I don't shove it
Yeah,
on.
I can't call. I can't call if you shove.
I'm just asking.
In the
What
whole
about Jack?
damn world. No.
If I didn't raise ace-4 off on the button,
Exactly.
say that exactly.
That's why I made
I'm
fold
gonna
it.
have,
That's
have
how we
better
do it.
than
What
that.
Too
about
much
Jack?
respect, yeah.
Yeah, what about a jack?
I just folded a. When you jammed the 10, I folded 5s. I didn't like it. You could be jamming 4s, 3s.
No, I did not have
Get 2 over.
That's what I'm doing right now. I
We
should have
could.
opened what I opened
Maybe.
with his big blind. Actually, it was fun. It was fun.
Can you guys play slow?
Oh, shit.
Can you tank? 20 seconds? You guys play slow? Yeah, can you tank 20 seconds so I can take a piss?
Go,
Yes.
hurry. Can you fucking leave
Bro,
already?
these chips in this felt is horrible. Yeah, blended right in.
all right. I guess this will be
line
a
is
slow
far
hand.
away,
Now you know I was
too.
gonna
The
raise
line-
Sam
the button.
The
Solverl
line should be
running off to
far.
the bathroom here as Rosito made it 20K. Lonis made the call.
I think
yeah,
Lonis
yeah.
tried to raise himself.
Oh.
Didn't see that Rosito had raised. He mentioned that the chips blended into the felt.
Oh, and here it is. Chino Reem making the
I
most
tanked more
of
than
the
20
situation.
seconds.
They only needed 40, so if they each
Reem
take
all
20,
in
they
for
get-
289.
Yeah, I think this is a courtesy tank from Rosito because Sam Sorvos asked them to tank so he could run to the
So
bathroom.
you have
I don't
but
think
two
he's taking with the
seconds
Jack 10
now.
off, but I believe Lonis is ultimately gonna call this here. So.
350?
Do you think that
Yeah.
Chino Reem doesn't shove if the action is different?
Do you want to? Do you want an
Lonis not
actual
seeing?
count? Are you
He
actually
said
considering it?
Yeah,
Is
but is it? No, it's 350. I believe him. It's fine.
It's 289.
It's actually less.
Is it all right? What is it then?
310 or something like that. Yeah.
Well, he's in the big blind, so he did post
Oh yeah.
20K.
That. Sorry.
Take my number, by the way, Sam, before the end of the night.
Yeah.
Try to.
I hope Sam Sorrell washed his hands. As Jesse Lonis makes the call, Chino Reem's tournament life on the line.
sweet.
Ace Queen versus King Queen.
Yeah, big
I meant to
pot here
raise-
too.
I didn't
more
know
than
he raised.
600K
You
out
see
there.
Nangles out here, buddy, on the feature?
I did not think. I did not think you had that.
Well, I didn't see him raise.
You did it?
No, I went to. I put a 22 out.
Why didn't you fucking just 3-bet?
I
He
didn't see
didn't know he
it.
raised, so
I
he
didn't see
can't
him
free
raise.
bet.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesse did say that
Open
he didn't
call,
see
I
him raise.
Yeah, and he complained about the chips blending into the felt, and here it is, disaster
outs
for
now.
Chino Reem. Reem looking for a jack to make Broadway, perhaps some backdoor diamonds to keep the sweat alive. 4 of hearts on the turn is not going to do it. Reem looking for a jack and a jack
damn.
only. What a brutal way to end the day.
Didn't see that it was open. Good luck, guys.
Bad fucking luck. It's raise and re-raise and plays so much different.
Jesse and Chino are good friends. If you follow Chino on
I
Instagram,
saw him
believe
re-raise the king 4.
been hanging out at Jesse's house quite a bit. So
Raise
But-
and re-raise in the ace queen. I've been playing with
If
him for 2
Lonis
days.
3-bets there, does Chino still jam the
100%
King Queen?
re-raise, especially on the
Fuck, I got you guys covered.
no, he probably
I'm just
gets
gonna
away
keep
from
my
it.
best for
Probably doesn't like it, but he
53
probably
minutes.
gets
I got
away.
him covered.
I mean, it also depends what he thinks
raise,
about
re-raise.
Jesse Lonis. Jesse's an aggressive player. I think Michael Rosito is also an aggressive player. So Jesse could be a little bit lighter there on the button, and maybe Chino ultimately decides to go with it. But I would say that's
trying to keep it out of
less
your cards.
likely than it is likely to happen, and Chino probably puts his hand into the muck, and Rosito probably follows suit, and Jesse just takes a small pot. But as it played
Chino
out,
straight up, I got 350.
mistake from
Sitting there,
Lonis,
this
didn't
is a
see
real
the
tough
opening
spot.
raise, leads to the
And then
bust
they're
out
like,
from Reed.
All right, no, it's only 350. All right, it's 280. Yeah, the total went from 350
He was the big blind.
to 350 to 280.
The price definitely went down
I was
as
a buy.
this
You're the big
Yeah.
blind.
as this hand developed.
Chino was the big blind. So it's one big blind.
Yeah, Chino was big.
This was your blind. We're folding.
Bro, you're on some different shit right now, Jesse.
Yeah,
You're just moving totally different.
yeah. I'm locked in to something. Not poker.
He contacted him.
Incredible.
I met the devil at the crossroads.
Scared to raise.
It's tough with him. This is the kind of guy you raise aces, you're relieved when he folds.
22.
23.
22.
Oh, 22,000.
Lonis right back to work here. King 4 suited. Overall's going to make the call in position.
Thank you.
There to get the calculator
8-3 deuce,
out.
all diamonds.
To get his
Overall
chip
has
count.
the 7 of diamonds.
They got it. Just add Chino.
If
in
we
the
know
front.
anything about Jesse Lonis,
Same.
he can just go blasting away. Does check over to Soverall.
They know. Probably a million.
Tons. Let's just leave it at that.
15,000.
15,000 looks like that's
Wrong
going to
red.
get a fold.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a million, but there's a million.
That's a real deal card there to show.
Yeah. Either sevens or another.
Huh?
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No. This is better for TV.
Lonis
Nice little pond.
claiming he will not be stacking his chips. I don't mind it. Day one, I like it. Final table, stack
For
your
you,
chips. Day one,
anything.
do whatever the heck you want.
It's casual. It's casual. What day is it? Casual Wednesday.
Yeah.
Couple of us got a lot.
They probably know the stack, right?
Yeah.
Just don't.
They just added it.
Let's find a way to fuck it up. 20,000.
It's around 900.
It's like 850.
No. I think the over.
Well, he had 5 something before, and he just got 300.
No, yeah, you're right.
That's a raise.
Schulman
Yep.
comes in for the race with Jack-9. Earlier he said that even racing with aces versus someone who's doing as well as Lonis makes you nervous, so I wonder how he feels right now if Lonis gets involved here with the ace-4 spades. Grabbing a few from the pile here, still not interested in stacking any of those chips. We know that it's 936, but of course, Donnie, when you have the whole table covered,
You got like 150 left
the
there?
number doesn't matter
21.
that much.
137.
Thank you.
Jack, 8-5, 2 hearts. Schulman with top pair. Plenty of draws out there. Schulman opts to check. Do you think Schulman's playing top pair this way because he'll never get 3 streets of value anyway?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious myself why he elected to check that. Schulman not the deepest, only 137 behind, so a little bit over 2-to-1 stack to pot ratio. You flop top pair. Seems fine just to start betting and ultimately try and get it in. Maybe he wants his opponent to hang himself a little bit here, you know, knowing how Jesse plays, being aggressive. Was checked again on the turn. Check, check again on the river. Schulman's going to win it.
Well played, Jesse.
I was going the opposite way. High, low.
You were going low?
High low, high low.
Let us know in the chat where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Can only imagine we got plenty of Schulman fans in the chat. Personally, big fan of watching Dan Shack in action. Don't get to see him all that often, but when he is at the table, always brings the entertainment.
Sorry about that.
I'll raise then.
22.
The Tamanian in the chat says, the pond is incredible, the chip pond.
The Austrian one, actually, not the German one.
Stacking chips is no longer in style as Shaq makes it 22K. Action on Brazito in the small blind with pocket tens.
The Austrian one. All in.
Brazito,
the jam.
yeah, he announces the all-in. And look at this, stack size is extremely close here between Brazito and Shaq.
No, that's what he has behind. The 160.
Oh.
He's got about double what Shaq has.
Look at those graphics confusing me here. Ace nine of diamonds. Face up into the muck, and Brazito takes it down without showdown.
You couldn't find out, would you call?
What do you mean? No, I don't care.
You reaching for your extensions, I was like, fuck, you snapped it.
No, I was going to think about it, but I don't want to waste them. It's not a call. It's a hand I should raise, and probably a hand I should fold.
Played it perfect.
Yeah.
I think he had 10.
Tens?
Felt like 10.
Wow, how'd you know I was like that 10?
Sorry, guys. 10 hearts exposed. 10 hearts going to be his burn card.
I did have tens. You're just pure right now.
Did you have 10?
Pure?
Yeah.
Jesse's stone locked right now.
Yeah.
Right?
And you said the 10 came off the back.
Yeah.
Just read it. I feel like 450, right?
Nico Cope finds ace king of hearts.
55,000.
He made it 55K according to the graphics. Does look more like 20K to me, those 4 blue chips. I'm guessing it was Rosito who 3-bet to 55K.
400.
Oh, there it is. Raise, 3-bet, shove, and a call. We got ace king versus ace king. Graphics are working
royal.
hard to catch up, but
I had 2 diamonds.
this will likely
so make you feel, I'll
end
give
up
you
in a
something to
chop.
feel better about.
If I bust here, it's insane.
Nick, you ever fuck with any of the crazy hot sauces?
Sorry.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
I had some Carolina Reaper thing today. It was so good.
Wow.
really? It
flop.
was like
6
crazy.
deuce.
If you win, you owe me a ham sandwich.
And a diamond.
What'd you put it on, breakfast?
Even worse.
2 diamonds. Rosito has backdoor diamonds going for him, but this will end up in a chop.
My hand would have been called for sure, right?
I ordered it on the spot.
I mean, yeah,
Probably.
right. And if I can,
Get the 10 deuce?
6, 10 a
I've
diamond.
built up a tolerance that I didn't think I would. I can go pretty spicy now.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I haven't
you
tried it
call
forever.
on the.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have had king 10.
yeah.
I was going to have king 10. I probably
Yeah, I kind of want to push it.
could call.
Yeah,
I
like,
want to see. I haven't done it.
yeah.
Probably wouldn't have.
I might just ramp it up.
I'll ramp it up with you one night.
All right.
You never know.
Well, I ordered it
might
for
have
a month.
opened
We'll
the
see
flop.
where it goes.
Can we stream that?
Can you ramp it up?
As far as the spice?
I,
I can handle a lot of spice, but I have zero interest in
if I
trying
check raise
California
the
Reaper.
flop, I don't really have enough.
Like,
chips, so
absolutely
it's-
zero.
Yeah, probably calling. I have to shove it. But
Can I first? No, it's American.
Yeah, well, you'll be all right.
Cope now finds 2 jacks.
No, I know what you meant. I know.
Let us know in the chat if you ever tried a Carolina Reaper or some ghost pepper or whatever else spicy stuff you can find. I did watch that video from, what's his name again? Klaus something, the Danish guy. It was back before First We Feast was a big thing. What's his name? The bald guy?
I don't.
You don't
Don't
watch?
ask me.
You don't watch the Hot Ones? Anyway, before Hot Ones was Hot Ones,
I know Hot Ones, but I don't know the name.
he did a video with Pepper Klaus or whatever this Danish guy's name is, and they ate a California Reaper, and it's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. Like, it was so hot, the guy was like just could not even control his body. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with that. I like spicy food, but at some point I'm not trying to put myself into that sort of pain.
Chili Klaus, Sean Evans. That's the video. It's from 7 years ago on First We Feast. Chili Klaus and Sean Evans eat the world's hottest pepper. It is just the funniest thing ever. And they have one from 8 years ago too, a year prior to that, which has 9 million views. I think that was sort of the starting point of the whole First We Feast brand. I'm not much of a gardener, Donnie, but I think I ultimately want a little bit of a pepper, spicy pepper garden.
Race.
Maybe some
Race.
jalapenos, some habaneros. You have to understand, I'm from the Netherlands, Donnie. All we have as far as spice goes is salt and pepper.
Yeah, just throw it in. Makes the dealer's job easy.
Sounds pretty boring.
It's super boring.
Nice little pond.
Boiled vegetables, boiled potatoes, meatball. That's about the extent of the Dutch diet.
It'll be break time. One of the floors will do it because we'll be outside.
Double watch,
They'll
Dan
move us.
Shack. Always able to tell the time as the action continues here. If you're just tuning in, this is day one of event 3 of the 2024 Poker Masters. We are live from Las Vegas at the PokerGO Studio. We're going to give you a few hours of coverage here to get you set for tomorrow's final table, which will be exclusively on PokerGO.com. If you're new to our platform, please go check it out. All of our final tables also available on demand. Jesse Lonis was the headliner at today's final table. We won't spoil the results, so please go check that out. Kenneth is pointing out that I'm living on Rice Krispie treats and
like
traveling the Ghost Pepper
When you're a
streets.
kid at the carnival and they got the quarter game where you like have to get the quarters and knock off the other quarters. Remember? It used to fall down and you'd get like oh yeah, I used to think I could beat it. Yeah.
I had 3 Pop-Tarts today, Donnie. How about you?
I think I did.
I didn't have any Pop-Tarts.
2 strawberry and 1 cherry. Okay.
Put it in just right, huh? As it's moving this way.
Those things were fun.
I always thought I could get some. Yeah, like 260.
Solve roll, raising it up with King 8 offsuit to 20K.
Rosita's gonna make the call here, out of position with ace high. So overall flop to top 2 pair. 10 on the turn. Does open things up a little bit in the form of a straight draw for Rosito. So overall still very much ahead. Overall coming with it once again, just
Rosito just staring at that 7 of clubs being like, why could you not be the 7 of spades? Rosito ultimately lets it go. Sovereign takes this one down. Donnie, the way the stack sizes are, no one really with much room to move except for Lonis on 91 big blinds. But aside from the fact that the stack sizes are the way they are, we're seeing quite a bit of active style of play here.
Yeah, it's fun to watch these guys maneuver. You know, some of them aren't the deepest, but still getting in there, splashing around a little bit, you know. Kind of the whole point of us doing these day one coverage, to see how these guys maneuver much before the final table.
Honestly, I think I might enjoy this more because it is more casual and relaxed. Final table, the pressure is on, big payouts on the line. And I think this is a good reminder as well, Donnie, of the general atmosphere here at the studio. If you watch this at home and you're an aspiring poker player, or perhaps someone who, you know, just enjoys coming to events all around the world, I can only say that this is probably one of the most laid-back atmospheres you could wish for. These guys play against each other every single day, and they're keeping it really laid back because they're sort of all becoming friends along the way.
Yeah.
If you do enjoy our coverage, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We have daily night streams, so our bonus coverage every night. We have a daily release as well from WSOP Classic. We are now in 2019. Tomorrow morning, we're releasing the 2019 final table, headlined, of course, by Dario Sammartino, Hossein Ensan, Alex Livingston. That was actually quite a fun year. Quite a bit of controversy as well on the road to the final table. And we're going to go straight into that weird year, 2020, where there was actually a World Series Poker main event. People forget about that, Don. Shout out Damian Salas. Sandwich in the chat says, Dutch cheese is some of the best in my opinion. My relatives always bring me a wheel when they come to the U.S. You are 100% correct. My dad's coming to visit on Sunday. He is bringing cheese. I was more so making fun of our dinner options as far as the native cuisine goes. Lots of meat, potatoes, and veg. But yes, our cheese is absolutely absurd. One of my favorite things to do is make charcuterie boards. Dutch cheese is always a must. By the way, the biggest charcuterie board I've ever seen was at your house.
Covered that whole dining table.
That was absurd. I think I just stood there by the table the whole night. Look at this, Donnie. A little bit of creativity here on display.
Yeah, I mean, you'll notice that the players are
Started with like 480, right?
willing to battle a bit with Jesse Lonis, probably identifying that his style of play, the chip stack that he has, Lonis is certainly going to be a little bit more liberal with how much he's opening up. And he just decides to say, if you got it, sir. We're all in. And Coop quickly folds.
I mean, Lonis just continues to apply the pressure.
Yeah, he's got $1 million now. According to the stat screen that we have here, Jesse Lonis is playing 47% of his hands.
That's how you win tournaments.
When we began this stream, Lonis had half the chips of what he has now, so he's done extremely well to double his stack. Now he finds King Queen, so expect another raise from Lonis here under the gun. Blinds are 6,000, 12,000 now.
In a way, Donnie, this stage of the tournament where Lonis is, winning a few hands, cranking up the aggression, this is the stage where you set yourself up for success at the final table.
For sure. It also is going to benefit Lonis, of course, if get close to this money bubble and he has the stack that he has, you know, he's probably just going to increase the aggression even more, try and pick up even more chips.
Kenneth says Chino's misclick helped. Well, it was not Chino's misclick. It was actually Lonis's misclick.
Yep.
And it was also completely unintentional because he announced it right away, and Chino was not even next to act. There was still someone in between.
You said you did try that?
Chino still decided to go all in.
Not yet, bro.
That's crazy.
Just hasn't come up. Like, it is kind of crazy.
Nope. I get one back. Yeah. It's all good.
But I want to go, I'm going to try it.
It's open every day but Monday and Tuesday.
They open at 4, right? That's like just an annoying time a little bit. I'd go for, if they were open for lunch, I'd have gone. All good.
I exclusively go at like 9.
What pizza?
00.
Oh yeah, you told me about. I just had the red door the other day. That was good.
Really?
The Detroit style one.
You were talking about it the other day.
What's it
No,
called?
I just had it for the Ryan
called, Justin?
Red Dwarf.
I heard it's really good.
Detroit style. It was amazing. Yeah. Ryan. It's like a flip. Yeah, it's a square crust.
Baked?
Yeah, it's like a bake.
No, pizza place?
I gotta try. I've been meaning to try the 00 one on it.
Yeah, actually I did, and it was good. Yeah. Yeah, it was solid. Wait, that's where 00 is?
Yeah.
Right next to Partage?
Yeah. Right of it. If you're staring at the door to the right.
Oh wow, I was confused.
Convenient, pretty good.
Donnie, this is
How late are
missing
they
from your
open?
list of
I don't know, this
pizza
thing-
reviews. I don't believe you've been to the Red Dwarf.
I have not. They're also talking about 00.
Maybe
Haven't been
they'll
there
be
either.
on Friday and Saturday unless they change it.
Likewise, actually.
I also haven't been to Miami Slice, which is over at Fountain Blue.
You know who's invited me to both those places, the Red Dwarf and 00?
Dylan Lindy.
Yes, exactly right. Dylan Lindy, sponsored by both those places. I mean, might as well be.
A couple of Cowboys here for Nick Schulman.
You know what you started with?
I have 123 right now. Like behind.
It's gonna get you paid.
Raise and take.
Lots of food talk in the chat. Gotta love it. Pizza game in Vegas has gone up by quite a few notches over the last few years. When I first visited, it was not a whole lot to get excited about, and now there's literally a place in every corner of the city where you can get your fix. Right down the street from me, a place opened up called Rebellion. Very good as well, from the owners of, what's the place called again? I'm blanking on the name. Pizza Rock, yes. The guy used to be the guy behind Pizza Rock, opened his own place. It's called Rebellion.
All in.
Oh, wow. Jesse Lonis putting the pedal to the metal. And in this situation, it might backfire. But if it doesn't, we might as well just hand in the trophy right now. Lonis, 4-bet shoves with pocket fives. And Nico Cope calls all in for his tournament life. Can't really blame him. He's got ace-king offsuit. The action went 26K, 112, and then Lonis with the shove of 417. Here comes the flop. Oh my God, 6, 7, 8. Cope looking for an ace or a king.
We'll text you if you win. No.
Lonis can end it right here on the spot by making a straight. It would still be chop outs if that's the case, though. Turn card is the 4 of hearts. There are chop outs. I was not lying about that. But there's only 2. River is the 9 of hearts. And Nico Cope gets sent to the rail. And Jesse Lonis is absolutely unstoppable.
Twice in a row, I had ace king, he had ace queen. Beat me both times.
Wow.
I felt good about
That's
that
the
one.
Jesse Lonis
In, like, the
experience
10K.
for you.
The one you won?
It's just
Oh,
chaos.
No, on the cruise.
It's
I broke
absolute
every-
chaos.
No, he
Pocket
had
fives,
ace king, all
41
against.
bigs, let's go.
I had ace king, all
Or less
against
than
his ace
41
queen. Both
bigs.
times he fucking cranked it. I was like, I'm due against him.
Unreal.
I shoved my jack 5.
It was really awesome. It was a good time. I bricked everything, but it was a
He
good time.
shoves and he probably folds the way that goes down.
It's a good,
All poker people?
yeah. Like, and then like, you know, random workers and stuff, but.
I know, but
That's how it goes.
But like a lot of
Literally,
people were
I
like
can't
people that
actually
probably played
wow,
poker
dude.
Like a little bit.
twice in their life to travel.
That's just
Like there was some
average
special
big
people in the
bucks,
5K, and like literally the guy at my table said it was his first tournament ever, and like I could tell, he like limped off 4 big blinds like early on, like went like I don't even know. He had like no chips, limps. Someone raises, he just no, kept 3 big blinds behind.
You sure it wasn't Sean Winter?
No, he was trying to be.
Sure it wasn't Phil Helmuth. I think we're waiting
This
for a
probably
player.
like 1.3 million.
1,300,026. 1.326? No.
Yeah, a little commentating, a little playing.
1.458. He shorted it.
Could be 1.4.
458.
You think it's that much?
If you throw them up in the air, I'll count them. Before they hit the table.
I'll give you. I'll give you some odds.
I can't do it with all the purpose sim like that.
You started this trend, and I've been running good since. So. Thank you. Huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna throw anything at you. Don't worry. No wine yet. If I start drinking some wine, which I'm probably gonna once I get off this table.
All right, still some entertaining action to come here. Quick reminder of Octopi Poker, which is your path to poker mastery. Scan the QR code on your screen. Get involved right now. It's a fun, social, and affordable way to learn poker. Join the growing Octopi tribe at octopipoker.ai. Nick Schulman and Andrew Lucky Chewy Lichtenberger among the brains behind this operation. So you can't trust those guys to put a good product together. octopipoker.ai is available for free right now. All right, players. A little bit of a texting break here, perhaps getting some information from live stream friends that are watching as Jeremy Becker joins us on set here. Brings quite a bit of chips to the table. As I said, this is day 1 coverage, so there will be some moving and shaking, trying to get these tables balanced again. And that's what's happening right now.
We got 2 minutes?
He was the big blind. They can they can be small and big.
Great little look behind the scenes there, Donnie. Don't get to see this all
Yeah.
too often when you're watching live streams.
The big blind busted.
He hasn't
Klein
played. He has
coming
not
in.
been the big blind yet.
Love it.
Yeah.
Bill Klein, Jeremy Becker joining us.
Or do you want me to call you up?
He likes it like that.
Yeah, well,
It's too big.
Paul Kell putting an end to
Yeah, no more fun.
the chip pond.
Yeah.
You need the rep?
I just figured I'm moving in 27 minutes. I didn't want to color it and then do it again or whatever.
Let me help you.
You can just do it. You can do it quicker, probably. Thank you. I don't know, bro. I'm pretty
Schulman's
locked.
ready to go. He's, wow. He's ready to throw down over there. Look at him.
I'm just gonna wrestle you, dog.
Fuck all that.
knowing that you have a boxing background, I would just have to go for the wrestling, bro. I would try to have to take you to the
game is the game. You might surprise me on the feet, though.
No, I know
all about that.
Yeah. You got to know your man, right?
A little overview here of the
You
chips.
got to know your customer.
Did you wrestle in high school, like on the team?
Yeah, I was.
What weight?
Well, once I got to varsity is when I switched over to basketball. I hit because you could only do one sport. Either you could do wrestling because it's both winter sports.
Makes sense.
But I was like nasty. Like I would still wrestle the kids on the team and destroy them. Like my buddy, he like
140 or something? Or
no, I was heavier than that. I was like probably 165.
Yeah.
My buddy on the team, he got third in states, and
Really?
I wrestled him in dress clothes his senior year and pinned him in 12 seconds. Wow. And he got third in states.
Who knows if you stuck with wrestling? Who
No,
knows?
I know. Trust me. Yeah.
You might be in the UFC.
I know.
Jesse Lonis missed out on a career as a wrestler.
I won like
Yeah.
every fucking traveling tournament. Probably.
Yeah.
I used to crush it.
Don, you ever wrestle?
My brother.
Honestly, it's not my fault. It's fucking Savril's fault. He dumped my chips over. And then I said, all right, I'm not stacking them now. It's going to take forever.
Always
Because I thought I was just going to move, so I was like, sorry. To be fair, you guys are quicker than I would be doing it. Way quicker. Huh?
I'd have been done by now.
You'd have been, well, start helping.
They won't let me touch it. I might sneak some.
There you see, look at how the players have performed since being up here on this
Way to make me feel
feature
bad, bro.
table. Jesse Lonis up just about
He
a
delayed
million
the
from where
tournament.
he started
Wouldn't be the first time.
on the stream today.
At least Sam's got to take half the blame.
Michelle's the
Those zeros next to Becker
She's
and
going
Klein.
quick.
They are new players coming up here for the first time at this feature table.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you.
Break is a little bit longer than
happened?
expected, I believe,
They fall
because
again?
of the Jesse Lonis chip pond that needs
I can
to
do
be
it, right?
colored up.
Yeah. Thank you. Sam will do it. Thank you.
Jesse Lonis is such a baller that he has someone else stack his chips for him. Oh, there's still some work to do, but at least he got rid of a few here. And he's up to 1.4 million. He has 120 big blinds, which is wild at this stage of the tournament. Final 12 will get paid.
Now they have the nice commercial break usually.
You want a commercial break? Guess what else would you do, right?
What else are they?
Is Jeremy Becker a Juventus fan, or is that just like a regular
Let's show
Jeep
replays
hat?
of the earlier one today.
I know he drives the Jeep.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, that makes sense. Did he get the
That's
hat
why I
for
did
free?
that to get more.
He's sponsored.
That's great.
Sorry, where's small bit?
The Tamanian in the chat says, can someone knock the chips over again for another pond? I'm all for that.
Sam Silver will probably do it.
Yeah, he'll be
Give him a couple minutes.
he'll be ready.
All right, back to the action here. Again, 6,000, 12,000 are the blinds. Dan Shack is the shortest stack at this feature table. Shack working with just about 7 big blinds. Couple of deuces here for Sam Soverall. On the button, comes in with the raise. Bill Klein defends 7-8 off. Heads up to a flop here. Eight, 6, 5. That gives Klein the lead. He's got top pair, open-ended straight draw as well.
Dream flop when you're holding 8-7.
Yeah, pretty good one.
King of diamonds on the turn, not the card you're hoping for, and now somehow Soverall with a little bit of a chance here.
Check, check again. 3 of hearts on the river, so Bill Klein's going to get this check mark as long as he doesn't fold. Check, check again, and Bill Klein takes it. Klein doing pretty well in terms of a stack size there, approaching 700,000 for him. So overall left with 21 big blinds.
Bill Klein has one of our best performing hands on YouTube ever, making a straight flush versus Justin Bonomo in a super high roller bowl.
That'll do it.
1.5 million views, Donnie.
Love to see it. And Shaq's just trying to find something here to get his money in with. Hopefully get a double up, but has yet to find anything worth moving all in with. So overall's got a nice one. Ace king off here.
How much is pre-flop shoving, you know, when you're first to act, how much is that still dependent on opponents, or is it purely based on position and hand strength? Because I know that back in the day you were thinking, oh, I can get one through here against this guy in the big blind. Is that still a consideration, or is that just not something you're allowed to do anymore?
No, I think it's worth considering at times. You know, I think these guys weigh a million factors whenever they're making their decisions. Of course, that sort of thing probably comes up a little bit more when you're in a later position and action folds to you, button cutoff, stuff like that. This could be fun here. Rosito defended out of the big blind, flopped an open-ended straight draw, so overall's got top pair, top kicker. Comes with 38,000 as a continuation bet. Can't imagine Rosito's going anywhere, at least on the flop. There is the call.
Queen of clubs hits on the turn. Solvero still well in the lead. Donnie can never afford to give a free card here despite Jack 10 getting there, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine to just continue to bet here. Solvero's got 193 back. 142 is out there. He's just going to put it all in. A little bit of an overbet there, but wins the pot. Rosito can't do anything there. Twice now Rosito's, you know, had some equity, had a draw. Both times it was actually a straight draw against Sam Soverall and ultimately couldn't continue past the turn. Soverall chipping back up nicely after losing that recent pot to Bill Klein. So
someone bring up golf so we can get Bill Klein talking.
Well, Bill Klein looks like he's locked in. He's got the headphones in. Hat pulled down a little bit over his face. Jack 5 ain't going to be it for Dan Shack.
I swear he looked at the Jack first, and then he's like slowly sweating that second card, hoping there's an ace.
I mean, the big thing now for Shack is next hand is going to be in the big blind and forced to put out 24K total. So that's a good chunk of his stack. Klein here on the button with 10-9 off. It's going to be a raise to 25. Everyone folds and Klein gets it done. Now the all-important big blind hand for Dan Shack. We'll see if he can finally make something happen here. It's been super quiet. Folded that king-queen suited when Negreanu 3-bet jammed after a Jesse Lonis open, and he ended up, he would have won the pot, but since then, just nothing's worked out in his favor.
It's been the Jesse Lonis show here on our day one coverage of event 3 of the US Poker Open. If you're just tuning in, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel. I noticed that the majority of our viewers are not subscribed to our channel. I know that's something you see a lot on YouTube. Just want to let you know that
Can't get a damn hand.
it helps us a lot when our subscriber number keeps growing, allows us to do more live streaming. We've got tons of free streaming coming up as well during the WSOP. There'll be a balance between PokerGO and YouTube. And look at this.
Okay, me too.
Schulman shoving with the Jack Deuce. Shaq calling with the 8-6 of clubs.
This is a classic here.
Classic showdown here.
This is a true American classic. Right?
This is an American classic.
The over against the suited.
Yeah.
I don't even want to run the odds. I know you're a favorite.
It's close, though. I got Jack Deuce.
I say that.
Either of you want insurance?
You know King 10 6-3. Sam, did you know King 10 6-3 two suit in PLO is a favorite over Ace Queen 6 deuce tri suit?
Wow, that's as good as it can get of a flop.
Wow.
A 6 or an 8 would be better.
No, but sweat it.
Came up in Triton and I thought it was wrong. 6
Nick
deuce
Schulman
try.
more worried
versus
about
King
PLO
10,
odds as the deuce
6-3
keeps
two suit.
the Jack Deuce ahead.
It's at like 52.
Shaq looking for a straight or a pair
14 outs.
to find a double up. Schulman about to send Shaq to the rail. River card is the ace of hearts. And that is it for Dan Shaq. Nick Schulman, the new owner
I just honestly had never
of
seen
those
one of
chips.
those, you know, on commentary.
My favorite odd.
No limit players don't compute that, really. You know what I mean?
My favorite one ever was Ben Lamb. We were playing short deck PLO. And it streamed it one time. And Ben had the fucking nuts. He had a wheel.
Okay.
He had like the best hand at the time. So he had like ace 9 on 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
It was like a 4-way hand, and it showed his equity. Like I said, at the time he had the best hand, but his
Yeah,
equity
like 22% or
no, he had 0. I think he got it in, but his equity was literally 0.
Wow, you had the best made hand. 4 ways couldn't win.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like we were gonna get in 4 ways, but yeah, his equity was just fucking dumb.
That's
He was
crazy.
dead.
Wow, that's sick, actually.
Yeah. He had the
That's
best
really
hand at the
sick.
time, but his equity was 0.
That's a crazy one.
That's how you know it's the best game.
It's a river game.
Wow.
This short deck PLO.
I bet you do.
In case you guys are wondering, we streamed that here at the studio. Short Deck PLO can probably still find that on PokerGO. Probably one of the hardest games to understand if you're watching it for the first time. Short Deck in and of itself is already quite a wild game. And then making it PLO makes it even crazier and funny for Sovereign, who just pointed out that Ben Lamb had the nuts but was drawing dead because every card that would come on the turn or river would beat his straight. Who's your land crap says that he's subscribed. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Seeing some GGs in the chat for Dan Shaq. Always good to show the man some respect. I'm sure we'll see Dan Shaq again in event number 4 tomorrow, which is also a 10K no limit. Rosito tossing some in, and Lonis kicking in his cards. Donnie, if you're Lonis right here, as we are approaching the bubble, is this the time to start applying more pressure on your opponents because you might have that additional fold equity?
Yeah, I thought we would just see Lonis continue to keep up with the aggression, but ever since that little break, it seems like he's, you know, toned it down quite a bit from where he once was. So we'll see if he, you know, maybe it's just a factor of, you know, I got 2 new people here at the table, Becker and Klein. I'm going to let things kind of settle back in before I start opening things up again, but we'll see. I mean, he was opening like every other hand, it seemed like, for quite a while there. And it was working for him, you know. He was chipping up very nicely. Of course, he won that huge hand against Nico Cope. The 5s, yeah, held against the ace-king. Lonis ultimately making a straight. A couple of 10s here for Rosito. He's not going to get any action, I don't think. Yeah. Let's see what Silver wants to do.
I've heard good news, Donnie.
What's that?
The next time, so we're doing this day 1 coverage, meaning that there's multiple tables still in play. I've just been told that the next time we have to move tables, we're going to get the Phil Hellmuth table.
Ooh, baby, the
So
Phil Helmuth show.
I can't predict exactly when that will be. And Helmuth, of course, has to stay in the tournament, and right now he has a lot of chips, so I'm not worried about it. But I am going to guess that in the next 30 minutes, we're going to get Phil Hellmuth.
I like it.
So Helmuth still in the tournament, Helmuth with a lot of chips. We have quite a few hours left to stream here tonight, and Helmuth has been promised. In the fairness of the game, we have to rotate tables, and usually, Donnie,
Life isn't fair.
Usually people are calling for my head when the top pro is moved away from the table, from the streaming table. Now it's roles reversed. Those diehards who stick around right now are going to get their fix of Helmuth play. And as we're approaching the money bubble, I can only imagine Helmuth might get a little heated if things don't go his way. So if your Wednesday has not been exciting to this point, it might get a lot more exciting in the next hour or so. Rosito, King Jack off. Jesse Lonis has to even consider the old 7 deuce. Does let it go, and Sovereign here with Ace King is of course going to get involved.
3-11.
I was gonna 3-bet you too. You probably would have jammed on me still. You jammed if I 3-bet?
You specifically?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have been happy about it.
Well, you would have been happy.
You have about 30,000 or 40,000 more if you agree with it. Fuck, I gotta call King 8.
No.
The price is too good.
It was a TV hand.
23 off.
7 deuce off.
I wish you would do some cocky shit like that.
I didn't believe
did
it.
on the show.
A couple of aces now for Rosito. See if
He
anyone can
raised
find me
too many
to
hands
play with.
though. Like.
Took a TV size for you. It's 25, right?
Yes.
69.
Nice. So overall comes in with a 3-bet. Ace 8 off up to 69,000. He just did 3-bet jam on Rosito, so let's see how Rosito wants to play this one. Elects to make the call here. There's going to be a pretty juicy pot out there. 168,000 in the middle. These stacks are very, very close between Rosito and Soverel. Just 20,000 separating them. Sam Soverel does have position, but his hand is dominated. King 10-9. Rosito checks. Soverel checks back. Another cowboy here on the turn.
No way for Soverel to win this hand unless he gets Rosito to let this one go, which seems unlikely, but Soverel is going to give it a try. Solver bets 58,000. Rosito contemplating things here. Donnie, is he just thinking, I'm just going to try to look weak, try to get Solver to bet again on the river, and just in case he does have a king, it's going to cost me a little bit less than it otherwise would?
Yeah, I mean, just keep all your opponent's bluffs in, excuse me. Deuce of spades on the river. Rosito checks, so now Soverall needs to decide if he wants to wave the white flag here, or does he want to try and go with this? Does check back. Rosito shows the winner. With those aces.
A little bit of a face there from Sovereign. That was to be expected.
I believed you that time.
Rosito, by the way, up to almost 500K. Donnie, I know we're just looking into the future. How's Helmuth doing? Is he still healthy?
Honestly, I think he has the exact same chips as when we mentioned it however long ago, an hour and a half ago. I couldn't tell if he's playing in a hand.
That sounds like Helmuth. That sounds exactly like Helmuth. Ace-10 here for Schulman. After knocking Shaq out, he's now up to 20 big blinds. Solver will find pocket eights, also very playable. He has 19 bigs. Could maybe see a shove here, despite the fact that Schulman raised under the gun. Just makes the call. And look at this, Rosito gets aces on back-to-back hands.
What?
He just had the red ones, now he has the black ones. Wow.
This isn't fair.
Question is, what is he going to do with it?
Thing is, too, is like it's such a spot where he could squeeze. You know,
right, exactly.
Raise, call.
Yeah.
He could just.
I think he said 75.
Yeah.
Schulman with the quick toss. And now Solvero under pressure. Solvero really considering it here.
Yeah, Solvero in a tricky spot here. I could certainly see him putting this in at sometimes. I can see him calling, you know, I can kind of see all options on the table, and he does come with a call. Oh wow, 8-6-6. Solvero flops a full house.
Oh my God, aces cracked at this very moment in time. And Sam Solvero with the gin flop. Donnie, Rosito is never going to see this coming.
30.
Back-to-back aces, no guarantee for good fortune as Rosito bets 30K. Solvero with 158 left in his stack. How is he going to do this short stack dance? How is he going to look weak and get all the money in here? Solvero just comes with call. Turn brings the 7 of spades, perhaps slowing Rosito down a little bit, even though it might be hard to find a combination that Solvero would call an undergun raise with and then call a 3-bet as well. Tricky to figure out these ranges as Rosito slows it down. Action goes check, check. River brings the queen of diamonds. Donnie, Sovereign with such a monster hand, but I guess unable to get maximum value here. If he shoves, is Rosito going to call it off?
I think so. I mean, Rosito might put it in himself here. There it is. All in. Quick call.
Wow.
Full house.
Sam Sovereign, after flopping a full house, cracks the aces of Michael Rosito. What a spin up here from Sam Sovereign. Up to 500K. Back-to-back aces in here. Rosito finds himself with 252,000. Brutal stuff. Can someone in the chat tell me what the odds are of getting aces on back-to-back hands? Those odds have to be very small. If you're just joining us, please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, turn on post notifications. We have daily content on our YouTube channel. We try to give you guys all the best of the best. And I just got word that Helmuth is joining us after the break. We got a break coming up in 5 minutes. So if you want to make some ramen at home.
Some ramen?
I'm just picturing someone watching poker at home and you got to grab a quick bite. You got to have some ramen in the pantry. What is something you always have in the pantry, Donnie? Cereal.
No, I'm pretty anti-cereal.
I'm also anti-cereal.
I mean, we always usually have these Annie's bunny crackers.
Oh,
my
so
daughter.
She
loves those damn things.
Bill Klein here gets a shove through with ace king. We spent so much money at Costco and Trader Joe's on those meals.
I always have baking ingredients in my pantry because I like to bake.
What do you make?
Breads, cakes.
Wow.
Whatever.
That's so dangerous.
Love it.
It's
dangerous for sure.
If I make a loaf of bread, which I have done, especially shout out pandemic when everybody learned how to make bread. During the pandemic, in the first month or so, I probably made 4 sourdough loaves a week and I ate all of them. Get a little butter on there, some salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Oh baby. But you gotta love those Trader Joe freezer meals. Those are great.
Yeah, my wife gets those a ton. She loves them. And listen, they're very,
They're
very
$5.
good.
They're so cheap.
They're so good.
Action or Bill Klein, pocket sevens. Sangha says, what about frozen pizza? See,
I mean,
if I get pizza, it needs to be pizza, like good pizza.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the only issue is that pizza's not always open.
Well, that's a good point.
I hate post-pandemic Vegas, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Pre-pandemic Vegas, grocery stores, 24 hours, everything 24 hours. Then they said, you know what, this isn't that bad. We don't need to be open 24 hours. Just save some money.
It's absurd.
Now it's like a regular town. I don't like it.
I hate it, too. I absolutely hate it.
If I wanted to live in a regular town, I would have stayed in New Hampshire. I mean, things close at 8 o'clock. I mean, I ain't about that life, man.
Especially after a long day at the WSOP. Grab some groceries on the way home.
Yeah.
It's like a standard thing. As Jesse Lonis defends from the big blind with 10-9 and outflops Bill Klein's pocket sevens. Klein, however, does have an out here for the straight. Action goes check, check. King of spades on the turn. Lonis probably happy to let Bill Klein do the betting here. $35K is the bet from Klein. Lonis reaching for chips. Looks like he'll make the call. River is the 8 of hearts. Lonis with the best hand here. Action goes check, check. Lonis shows down the winner and takes this one down.
15, yesy.
This will take us to the break. All right, we'll be back in about 15 minutes with Mr. Phil Helmuth. So make your ramen, get your pizza in the oven. We'll see you in about 15 minutes with Mr. Phil Helmuth.
Can leave the mic, right?
One player that we certainly don't think is going to back down at all. Masashi Oya, I think he's just going to be out there firing away with this chip lead. Really put the pressure on his opponents. Here he's coming in with a raise from the cutoff seat. Earlier in this hand, you saw Isaac Haxton fold under the gun ace-8 off, where if Haxton has the chip stack that Masashi does, maybe Haxton comes in with a raise there, right? But here, you know, Haxton's going to take the conservative approach. Bonomo electing to call King 7 of hearts out of the small blind. Now it's on Daniel. No need to get too crazy for Negreanu. Comes along as well.
Three-way action here to the flop, both blinds involved. Wow, look at that. Ace, King 4, top pair, and the nut flush draw for Negreanu. Oya, the same top pair, same kicker, but does not have the flush draw.
Also an interesting spot for Bonomo. Second pair against a very aggressive chip leader in late position, and Negreanu can really have a pretty wide range there from the big blind, so Bonomo's got second pair with the backdoor nut flush draw.
And of course, nothing strange about Oya continuing here. Playing against two players in the blinds, his ace-6 is going to be good quite a good amount of the time. Like you said, Donnie, can't fault Bonomo either here for tagging along. Interesting spot here now for Negreanu. Just comes with the call. How do you feel about this, Donnie?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, it's kind of a tricky spot. Yeah, of course you have. Oh wow.
Wow. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, turn up the volume. We might see some fireworks here as Bonomo rips off a third king. Both Negreanu and Oya with an ace. Negreanu not drawing dead. He still has the nut flush draw. And we could see the action get checked around here as it is now on Oya with ace-6.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how aggressive Oya wants to be, but I would expect him to check here. I mean, his kicker is really nothing in this spot, so.
Big river card coming up. It is the deuce of diamonds. Bonomo is going to get the check mark against two players with a pair of aces. Negreanu's hand very much under-repped. He's probably going to think that no one is going to give him credit for a hand this strong. Bonomo, perhaps, might have the others thinking that he's going to steal the pot here.
$450.
450 is the bet from Bonomo.
It's a healthy bet here. Just, you know, I think Negreanu might find a fold here. Yeah, that's about half his stack. Oya, on the other hand, I mean, could pay this off here.
I mean, very, very well done from Negreanu. Calls one street, sees a free river card and just gets away from it that quickly, I'm impressed.
Always hard when you're an aggressive player, when you're a chip leader like Masashi is, to flop top pair and ultimately get away from it. I know, like a lot of times you're just not supposed to have it, and then you have something, and it's like, well, what's going on here? But
I'm still thinking about how quickly Negreanu folded here. And Oya grabbing chips to make the call. And there it is. He tosses them in. Bonomo is going to receive a very big pot and a big smirk on the face of Negreanu.
You saw that? Yeah.
Oh, his lips are burning. Of course, we are live. And Isaac Haxton applies the pressure on the blinds, moves all in for a million.
Wow.
And Dennis Milkovic snap calls with ace-king offsuit. Isaac Haxton all in with pocket fours. Smilkovic here in a great spot to send one of the best in the world to the rail. But he still has to hit to improve his hand. Haxton unfazed by the showdown. This man has seen it all. And what he would really like to see right now is a 4 on the table. All right, here comes the flop. Can Haxton stay alive? 5, Jack, 7. Favorable flop for the pocket pair. Smilkovic has a diamond, has backdoor Broadway as well, so still a few more options here, besides, of course, the ace or the king. Turn card is the ace of clubs, and that all but does it for Isaac Haxton, who is down to 2 outs. One of the 2 remaining 4s are needed. It's a 3 of spades on the river. Isaac Haxton hits the rail.
Yeah.
No lucky shirt, no win for Isaac Haxton, as he is our 7th place finisher.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough scams going around these days, right?
David Peters here moving all in with ace-10 offsuit. Smilkovic looking down at king-queen off. Peters all in for fewer than 10 big blinds.
King-queen off. Kind of tricky in the spot. Might be deemed too good. Also not something that you're like just totally fist-pumping about because you are going to be behind some ace-highs.
I mean, Smilkovic clearly happy to get it in here. Did not take that long to commit his chips, and we're going to see an all-in showdown here. David Peters, tournament life on the line. Haley might have to adjust her wedding planning based on the money he's not going to win, unless, of course, he survives this one. Smilkovic looking for a king or a queen to send Peters to the rail. So far, 60-40, Peters ahead in this classic coin flip situation. Let's see if Peters can fade the kings and the queens. Perhaps some straight possibilities as well. Here comes the flop. Ace, 10, 5, 2 pair for Peters, meaning that Smilkovic now looking for a jack to make a straight. Reduced outs for the German as Masashi Oya gives us some musical support here by slapping the chips together, and a jack hits on the turn, and all of a sudden David Peters down to 4 outs, or he'll walk off set to collect his payout in this event. River card is the deuce of hearts, and that is it for David Peters. Wow. After flopping 2 pair, Smilkovic drills his straight on the turn, and all of a sudden, we are down to the final 5. David Peters, 10th on poker's all-time money list. He's seen it all before, but he will not be happy driving home tonight. Wow, pocket queens here for Justin Bonomo, raising it up with the ladies. And ace-king for Negreanu.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we might see some fireworks here. Bonomo has Negreanu covered. Negreanu with ace-king.
And Negreanu probably just puts this in here.
Absolutely massive implications here, as we are likely to see a massive coin flip
There it is.
between two of the most accomplished tournament players in the history of the game. A snap call from Justin Bonomo, and we have the fairest of all fights, Ace-King versus Queens, at the final table of the PGT Last Chance event number 1.
Bonomo has Negreanu covered. Not by much, but he does have him covered, so Negreanu is the player at risk here.
Whoever wins this is going to be among the favorites to take this one down. If Bonomo loses, he's also going to be left with hardly any chips. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for. Massive coin flip playing out here inside the PokerGO Studio. Queens for Bonomo, Ace-King for Negreanu. Here comes the flop. King, Jack, 5, 2 hearts. Negreanu has the bigger heart, but more importantly, flops top pair, top kicker, and the frown on Bonomo's face says it all. Turn card. The 4 of hearts. Hearts not in play. Bonomo looking for one of the 2 remaining queens in the deck. Nearly 3 million chips in the middle here. Can Bonomo find it? It is not there. Daniel Negreanu secures a massive double up here, courtesy of Justin Bonomo. Absolutely enormous pot here, with 5 remaining players at this final table. $218,000 up for grabs for the winner. The pain of losing a flip will always outweigh the joy of winning one. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel. We have 19 days of streaming over the course of the next month, so turn on the notification bell so you know when we are live.
All in here from Jonathan Cohen, 2 9s, and Bonomo has a couple of 6s.
660.
So wait, Cohen has 660,000 chips left, while Bonomo has 2 6s?
Correct.
I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. Bonomo does go for it with his 6s. And Negreanu finds ace-jack of spades.
2 for 1?
660.
660?
Negreanu's got chips now to take a shot here if he wants to. Looks like he's getting out the exact amount of the 660. That is the larger shove from Cohen. Negreanu does make the call.
Wow.
Schmilkovic out of the way, folding one of those jacks. Masashi folds 2 spades. Here we go. 3-way all in. Jonathan Cohen and Justin Bonomo are at risk versus Daniel Negreanu.
Wow, could this be the start of a turnaround as it pertains to Daniel Negreanu on the live felt? 2023 was not his year. 2024 could be off to a hot start if he sends 2 players to the rail here right after doubling through Justin Bonomo. Negreanu, of course, has both these players covered by a wide margin, looking for an ace or a jack or some spades. Let's see the flop. It is 4-7-3, favorable flop for Cohen.
Not bad for Bonomo, all things considered. You know, he adds a 5 there. Could make a straight now.
Yeah, Cohen looking for the knockout and the double up all at the same time. Turn card is the queen of spades. It is paint. It is spades, but it is not what Negreanu was looking for. Outs remain unchanged. Bonomo looking for a 5 or a 6. Negreanu looking for an ace or a jack. River card is the 5 of clubs, and Justin Bonomo triples up by making a straight on the river. Jonathan Cohen now down to very few big blinds, and Bonomo almost back to square one. If I was a poker player, and I could pick my own nickname, Billy Binks is high on the list.
That's a great name.
Oya here raising it up with 10-7 offsuit. Cohen moving all in with ace-5 of spades.
Another spot where Masashi might just feel like he's priced in, and there it is. There's the call. He's going to be happy to see that he's got 2 live ones.
Yeah, 10-7 versus ace-5 almost feels like a fair fight. Cohen looking for his ace-high to hold up. Oya trying to get this event down to the final 4. All right, here comes the flop. King 8-7, and Masashi Oya takes the lead with a pair of 7s. Bad news for Cohen, who's looking for an ace and an ace only, or potentially some backdoor cards to make a straight. Otherwise, he will be our 5th place finisher. Turn card, the Jack of Spades that reduces his outs to just 3 on the river. Jonathan Cohen from Canada. River card, 7 of spades, and that'll do it. Jonathan Cohen was 1 card away from sending Bonomo to the rail and doubling through Daniel Negreanu, but a 5 on the river gave Justin Bonomo a straight. And just 2 hands later, he finds himself on the rail, and we are down to the final 4 players.
All right, how many hands? How many hands?
Really was a great showing from Jonathan Cohen. I know ultimately didn't work out in his favor, but didn't have a lot of chips to work with for this final table, but did the best he could and just got unlucky in the end. What are you going to do? That's tournament poker.
Wow.
Make the call.
Bonomo makes the call and is dominated by Oya. Worst case scenario for Bonomo, who was hoping for 2 live cards at the very least. Oya has the upper hand here with ace-6 versus king-6. Bonomo looking for a king to stay alive. Here comes the flop. Queen, queen, 9 on the flop. 2 clubs. Clubs not in play here.
Yeah, let's just chop it out 9-9, okay?
Bonomo looking for a way out.
6-6.
He needs some help. Queen on the turn is not going to make any difference here. Bonomo still looking for a king. River card is the 4 of diamonds, and that is it for Justin Bonomo. Quite the roller coaster for him at this final table. He departs in 4th place. Bonomo collects a bunch of points in his race to make the top 40 of the PGT Championship standings. Tonight, however, he collects $91,000. Wow.
Couple of jacks.
Monster pair here for the German, and
Couple
Oya
of
finds
6s.
6s, yeah. A little trappy trap as well from Smilkovic, who's been very aggressive leading up to this point. Sort of surprised to see him limp here. All right, there it is. There we are, and there is Mr. Phil Hellmuth.
I'm going to get in trouble for taking a battery pack and throwing it into the middle of the table and having it bounce and hit the wall. That one's coming after the World Series. I really handled myself well, I thought.
We're back live, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Remko Rinkema.
Bounces better.
Donnie Peters
provoked, but
alongside me here to provide coverage of day 1 of event 3 of the 2024 U.S. Poker Open. Helmuth has arrived, Donnie. He brought quite the crew. Very different vibe compared to what we had before.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Yeah, but Helmuth's chatty, so we'll see if that keeps up.
I mean, I hope so.
PokerGO won't do that to me. Yeah, Doug, the guy that lives in Doug Pote's basement, cut that clip. He did. I heard some like it's some guy who lives in. I don't know his name. I don't even know who he is, but.
I just love the way you said that.
Yeah, the guy who lives in Doug Polk's basement. Cut that clip. You know, I'll burn the place down. But he didn't. They didn't show the first part where I said I'm going to tell a joke that I shouldn't tell. And everybody says, "Don't tell it." And then then I say it. So then I felt licensed to say it later in the day.
Yeah, it's like saying bomb in an airport. You're not supposed to do that.
I'm not going to argue with you. In other words, you're right, Dylan. You know, what do you want?
When's the Dylan Lindy nice guy selfie coming? It's for sure coming. Probably
course.
tonight at some point.
We got action here developing already on the turn. Jim Colopy has had his share of runs inside the studio as of late. A plethora of final tables after he was our PGT Championship bubble boy, right? Or one of the 3 bubble boys.
I can't remember.
I remember he got kicked out in the final event.
Kicked out, huh?
Kicked out.
Oh, you mean on the leaderboard?
Yeah, top 40.
Yeah. I thought you meant the actual event.
No, I mean that would have been funnier, but no. Colby was on the bubble.
Yeah.
And then he was sitting at the bar, drinking a glass of wine, and he needed a very specific scenario to play out with a few eliminations. That did not happen, and Colby missed out on the $1 million free roll by I believe 1 or 2 spots. If you just tuned in, please know that Helmuth is at the feature table. We're going to have him here for hopefully the remainder of the night if he does well. You never know, of course, how that cookie crumbles, but I love to see the chat is already making some white magic references. I believe the studio is not getting burned down tonight.
Hope not.
Victoria Lifshitz, also one of the brains behind Octopi Poker, at the feature table after making the final table of yesterday's event.
Right, 30 now.
If you've missed that final table action. Available exclusively on PokerGO.com. Jesse Lonis, who was at the feature table earlier, was also at that final table.
Flash. Phoenix Club's gone.
And we got Coleman back in action, Donnie.
We
Sounds
do.
like you got an echo.
David Coleman started the year super hot on the PGT.
My mic's down here, not my ears.
Falling out of the top spot of the season-long leaderboard, but he's still up there.
Hello.
Dylan Wiseman is the current frontrunner.
It's crazy how much more likely to get COVID when you're on stream. Holy shit.
Just raising awareness.
Lifshitz raised with the ace-queen. Laskowitz called on the button with 10-9 of diamonds.
I'm not the guy that came out with his own line of masks.
4s from the big blind.
Really?
Do note that a queen was folded and exposed.
Story checks out.
I mean, dude, why did you put the mask on? You didn't have it on the whole freaking time. What's up?
Good question,
Phil. I'm not anti-mask, folks, I swear. I'm not anti-mask for him either, but it's just kind of a little bit unusual. The youth.
The youth.
Hi, Victoria.
Helmuth going around the table,
I set
showing
you
the
up for
world
that one. I set him up for that one.
that we are live.
I think he was always going to talk to his phone and walk
Like
around the room at
these.
some point filming a video.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
2-5.
Okay, come catch us live at the U.S. Poker Open, tournament number 3.
The saddest thing is his phone's not even on.
The saddest thing is that I'm so good at this, I know I did it in one take. You want to mess with me?
Here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
No Schulman.
Oh, man. This is going to be a great night. Lifshitz, by the way, still sitting here with top pair queen kicker. Laskowitz with that pair of 9s, perhaps costing him some chips.
You know there's an octopus on the table?
Oh, wow. I didn't even see that. Well, the octopus figurine looks better than the logo, so maybe they should consider turning that figurine into the logo.
Yeah.
Who made that logo anyway? I love Octopi. OctopiPoker.ai, go check them out. It's free to sign up. Great content. Not a fan of the logo.
Yeah, I can't even imagine you wearing sunglasses. I've never seen it. Definitely not.
Laskowitz is going to come along here.
Are you non-believer?
Are you surprised to see this?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured Two Barrels would get this done. I mean,
yeah.
Unless he has maybe some sort of aspirations to get kind of crazy on the river, but I mean, what? From my memory, I don't recall Lifshitz ever like getting too out of line.
Right. Okay.
I think she plays a pretty solid game of poker, so I would expect her to have an ace and probably a good ace at that in this spot a lot of times. This was also 3 ways, you know, to the flop. So
action goes check on the river. Laskowitz already like sort of ready to muck before Lifshitz even showed her cards.
Mary Pitmas.
Yeah, I think Laskowitz might want to have that one back.
Donnie Spays in the chat says, I saw that posted on Instagram, that's why I'm here. So the Helmuth promo is working. People are coming in droves.
I think it'll be entertaining if it's somehow me after I just sent a video out telling people to come watch me. And goodbye.
The randomizer won't let you leave.
David Coleman, see you later.
You didn't want your button, did you?
Donnie, tell the world what PhD Commissioner Tim Duckworth told us prior to this table arriving here.
He asked us if we wanted to put the Helmuth table up on the feature table because we had to change tables, and we said yes, of course. You know, got to get the Helmuth experience late at night. And then he went in some, like basically a math equation, saying that there's a 14% chance that Helmuth could get drawn right there off the table, and he's like, so do you want to go with 86% equity? And I said, how much of a nit are you? I mean, what? 86% equity? Yes, I'm all in. I'm all in. All of my chips are in the middle.
86% is enough for basically anything in life.
Yeah.
Oh, my flight's going to not crash 86% of the time. I'm in. I'm on it. I'm on the plane.
35.
Tim Duckworth, the world's biggest nit. So you guys can thank us for making sure that we get Helmuth at this table. Now it's up to Phil to make some chips. And this could be some trouble here early on. But Lindy is a believer in the nittiness of Helmuth and throws ace-10 into the muck, Donnie.
I like the way Dylan Lindy sips on that soda. He's, you know,
very, get the pinky out, you know. It's a Coke Zero, quite possibly the classiest soda in the world. I am not even kidding.
I'm just going to continue here.
My fiance has discovered cherry Coke Zero and vanilla Coke Zero. So now we have all varieties in the fridge. Lifshitz lets this one go, and Helmuth gets to drag his first pot here at the feature table. And after some early banter between Helmuth and Colopy, the headphones have been planted firmly on his ears, and I guess we're locked in for what might be a long night of poker action. Donnie, it's cool to see Helmuth out here for the USPO. He said it on the stream yesterday when he was briefly on here that he was, you know, he planned for it. He made sure his calendar was free to come play here for the duration of the series. And I must say that I love the fact that he's out here grinding.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously great to have a personality as big as Phil Hellmuth is in poker, having him out here for the U.S. Poker Open. Also, listen, I mean, he's constantly talking about how he's the greatest poker player in the world. Well, you got to walk the walk if you talk the talk, right? So it's good to see him out here battling with these guys. He has had success here in the studio before. He has had success in the U.S. Poker Open before. Last year he won an event, right? So it's good to see Helmuth out here
exactly
battling.
What my friends would say.
Also probably a little bit of a tune-up for the World Series of Poker, right?
Absolutely.
He's going to be going hard there, so doesn't hurt to get out there, get some reps in. Lifshitz here finds a nice ace-queen of spades. She's going to come with a 3-bet after John Lindy. Open to 35,000 on the button. Couple of sixes for Jim Colopy. sixes find the muck. Lindy's hand also hits the muck, and Lifshitz takes that one. She's starting to chip up nicely here.
Run away. Roller.
Victoria Lifshitz, one of the co-founders of Octopi Poker, octopipoker.ai, where you can still join for free, I believe. So if you guys want to check out the stuff that is...
He gave himself the nickname Roger the Dirt Farmer.
They're building... The Dirt Farmer's back. If you want to check out the stuff they're building over at octopipoker.ai, then go check them out. All three co-founders are in this tournament, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Schulman, who we already saw, is still in. And then Andrew Lucky Chewy Lichtenberger is also in the field. So
salt of the earth.
I guess Octopi Poker knows a thing or two, because all three of them are still in the field.
That's the thing, though, right? Like, if you are behind a poker training / coaching platform, you might as well display all the stuff you've learned along the way in your career. So cool to see the Octopi family represented well at the U.S. Poker Open. Lindy here comes in for the raise to 30K. Action on Lifshitz. She's going to make the call
Victoria,
in position with
can I
ace
ask you
9
about
suited.
the octopus, or you don't want to talk during the hand? Can you tell us about the octopus? Octopi Poker?
Yeah, sure. It's a poker technology startup that is being in beta now for a few.
Thank you.
So I'll let you play this hand, but Octopi Poker's pretty cool. They'll let you. You have a database where you can go and look at anybody's hands they've ever played, right?
Well, at least here in the PokerGO Studio, we hope to scan all the other live streamed.
Okay, I'll stop distracting you, Victoria. I was trying to promote, but you're in the middle
No,
of it.
I understand. Of course, I really appreciate it.
Okay. Promote, 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 kid. How old are you?
31.
31? Oh, not so young.
10 seconds.
He's not a real person.
No. He's living in his own world.
So this hand was Dylan Lindy raised to 30,000. Victoria Lifshitz called. Roger Johnson, or as Phil Helmuth calls him, the Dirt Farmer, also came along. Jack 9-8 here, 2 hearts on the flop. Lindy continues for 35,000. Lifshitz makes the call. Johnson's out of the way.
Now we shut up because the guys in the booth are talking about Octopi Poker for us.
We were already talking about
Yeah.
Octopi Poker, Phil.
We beat you to the punch, Phil, but it is true.
It's not his first rodeo.
Promote, promote, promote. I never promote anything.
It's incredible. We're here, we're live. We're just enjoying the Phil Helmuth experience. Never change, Phil. It's always good to have you on the stream.
I like how he was like, I'll let you play the hand, but tell me about the octopus.
But
oh, wait, I'll let you play the hand, but we got to promote. But
please be quiet. Lindy bets hefty here, 125.
They're pretty wet board out there. Lindy just going to do his best to deny all the equity that he can against a plethora of draws that could be available. Lifshitz says no thank you, and her hand hits the muck. Are you going to go back to talking about Octopi Poker, or...?
Well, she put the headphones back on. I was sort of expecting her to...
take them back off.
Yeah.
So Octopi Poker, Victoria.
Here we go.
So you have all of the hands in the database that you're allowed to have in the database.
Well, so we only go after hands that played on public streams because they're
On
still in the
public
public domain.
So you have Hustler, like...
We have a basically AI computer vision algorithm that can watch the stream and extract hand histories.
Mm-hmm. So do you
Of course, we have a solver, so we are, able to have the hands and hand histories, and then
Must be a pretty good...
We'll be able to solve them and show people, a lot of interesting stuff about the strategy of hands played, along with the hands.
35.
Must be a pretty good solver because you final table today.
Thank you. Well, I use it to study, and it's a huge pleasure to study with my own creation, if you will. Part of motivation for starting company was I don't like current solvers and their interfaces, and I want something else. Now I get to design.
95?
95,000 now.
How much you started with?
550. 25.
I'm not so sure the solver would agree with this one. I think we're getting into zoom mode because Helmuth is 3-betting the 10-6 off from the big blind.
Number one priority always is to follow your instincts, Donnie.
And Lindy has a hand, you know, where he can, definitely flat this in position. These guys are deep enough. Lindy does cover Hellmuth. Hellmuth didn't go all that big on the 3-bet, so Lindy comes along. Jack 4-4 here, 1 club, 2 diamonds out there.
80.
I mean, we are just full-on zoom. 80K here from Helmuth. I mean, he's just going to go for it.
Well, Lindy doesn't have it either, but Donnie, knowing Lindy's experience, is he going to ever try to get tricky versus Helmuth, or is it just not worth it?
Might just not be worth it in this spot. I think it's certainly like in Lindy's mind
come
that
back to Octopi Poker. So
Helmuth
you
can
have
just do that at points. He can just kind of go.
So you have
wacky
all the
in a
ones
way.
from like the Champions Club stream.
So for now, this is just PGT here.
Just PGT.
And
so far.
The next generation of computer vision technology that we are training now is for other streams. We will pull it World Series of Poker, historic archives.
Can I just say it's pretty cool that you're an AI CEO, Victoria?
Thank you.
That's the last compliment you get. You final table today. I promoted your company.
I appreciate it.
I complimented you on being an AI CEO. Now that's it.
I'm not the CEO. Chewy is.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I mean seriously.
No, we can't give Lucky Chewy any credit.
We should give credits where they're due. And he's one very cool CEO.
Let me ask, Lucky Chewy.
Jesus.
I'm giving credit to you and Victoria on the stream, but I said I don't want to give you credit. Is that okay with you? Yeah. He said thank you, so it was a very vague answer.
We'll take it.
I think Schulman's involved too.
Yes, Nick is another co-founder.
This is a $10,000 poker tournament, ladies and gentlemen. We're playing for more than $250,000.
You think Phil's gonna like send an invoice to them for
Oh,
the promotion that he's running?
He's on their board of advisors now, Donnie. That's how it goes. But keep going back to this. At a final table, tomorrow on PokerGo, you don't see this level of laid back
10 seconds.
banter and atmosphere. I do love the fact that we get an insight into these players' minds and how things work on day one of these events.
35 minutes.
Chewy.
Thank you.
Chewy, is it okay if I give you no credit and I give her all the credit? They dropped Nick Schulman's name on the stream, saying like he's a founder, like Victoria did.
This isn't even on camera. This isn't even on camera. He's living in his own world.
Nick, I'm trying to promote your company, man.
It seriously feels like a home game, and I love it. Meanwhile, Lindy betting 25K.
Nick's been in a mood lately. Must have been something in Korea.
Cool. Thank you.
Lindy here with the jack. Gets Laskowitz to come along.
Respected by everybody.
This is not Laskowitz's level, Donnie. With the smaller pairs, he's coming along, trying to get to showdown, and so far, he's having no luck at all.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants to get sticky again.
It's incredible he invented Card Player Magazine at such a young age.
I'm an owner in Card Player Magazine.
Of course you are.
10 seconds.
I just dropped my Coke on the floor.
That's one I forgot I owned. I have to tell my wife.
He owns so many companies.
I
He
mean,
forgot that he owns
You forget your
Card
assets
Player
too.
Magazine, I guess.
Yeah.
All the time, yeah. You think Roger can keep, he owns half the state of North Dakota and South Dakota. You think he knows what all his assets? No way.
It's got to be a lot of ranch territory or some mining rights.
You got rights here, rights there, potatoes here, cattle there.
Didn't know we were playing with John Dutton.
His ego's not like mine. I call myself the Golden Dragon. He calls himself the Dirt Farm.
The Golden Dragon!
Golden Dragon!
I've never heard him once call himself the Golden Dragon until now.
Oh my God.
Nobody's egos like yours. Oh my God.
35, dude.
He's
man
just
is right.
not a real person.
Roger,
Golden
what can I say?
Dragon.
Yep. You're right. You're right.
Lipschitz here with a raise to 35K.
Donnie, can you make an emoji for the chat already? We need a golden dragon. This is absurd. I've never heard him say this before. But is it going to be the year of the dragon? That's the question now.
I call myself the Golden Dragon.
I call us the bonus boys, but I guess we're just better off aiming a little higher.
10 seconds.
Laskowitz
95.
with King
95,
Queen is
yeah.
going to make it 95.
Thank you.
How much is behind?
95,000.
It's like 275.
10 seconds.
Action back on Lipschitz with ace-jack. She's in position.
We get 20 seconds even after we open.
Yeah.
20 before the flop.
I thought we get 30 after we repeat.
At the win.
That's only the WPT.
And the win. I think that's their normal.
Yeah, that's the win.
Yeah, everything's pre-flop.
Are you surprised to see Lipschitz folding ace-jack there, Donnie?
No, it seems fine.
All right, ace-jack in the muck. What's not in the muck is globalpoker.com. Go check it out. U.S. Poker Open events running there every single day, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Events on globalpoker.com running concurrently with our U.S. Poker Open here in Las Vegas. You can compete for those sweeps coins, but also for a 5K prize package to fund a trip to Las Vegas. So don't miss out. If you can play on Global Poker in your territory or state, then I would say you might as well just get back in the action there. Don't miss out. I know Diki Costa, who's always in the chat with us, plays on there all the time. Donnie, last night you gave us a overview of the players in the first event. I'm going to guess that the second one was also really big.
Yeah, another, at least for the sweeps coins version, again, more than 1,200 entries. This one is a SC 33 buy-in, 30,000 guaranteed, progressive bounty, more than 2,000 sweeps coins up top, plus then all the bounties. Wow, that somebody will win. So that's going to be a pretty good chunk of money for that one. Yesterday's was an SC11, and the winner won, I believe, 2,500 sweeps coins. So it's probably going to be, what, 4,000 sweeps coins for the winner in this event. So these are running right now. There's 8 events. They are running, I think it's 5:30 Vegas time every single day on globalpoker.com. So get in there. If you're able to play on globalpoker.com, because there are some restrictions based on the territories, but hop on in there. Battle away. In addition to the U.S. Poker Open stuff, they have a ton of tournaments. I play on there pretty regularly. It's good stuff. Games are good. Tournaments are juicy. Get in there.
Colby and Lindy.
Yeah, floor plate.
Two good friends.
Exposing the marked cards defeats the purpose of marking them.
Yeah.
Lindy on 755, looking very comfortable in this event. Colby on 685, also very comfortable. Some bigger stacks here on our feature table as we get closer and closer to the money
Play
bubble.
one with 51 cards.
12 places will get paid.
It's all random. Thank you.
Was it one of the low cards the mixed players were marking?
We're playing 10K, 15K with a 15K big blind ante. Levels are 40 minutes in length. The goal tonight is to play down to the final 6. We will likely stream until we get down to the money bubble.
Put it right in your mouth.
We had 84 entries in today's event. Top prize tomorrow will be $235,000. Like I said, though, first trying to get down to the money. That'll be for the final 12.
Do I come across as cocky in the home game too?
Just gracious. Just gracious.
Let him answer. Do I come across as cocky in the home game?
No, you're a little more humble
A
there.
little more humble Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, in my home game.
10 seconds. 35 now.
Donnie, I just want you to get a seat in Helmuth's home game, just for one night, so you can report back. Donnie's shaking his head. Let us know in the chat if you're on Team Golden Dragon, you want him to win some chips, or do you enjoy other players inflicting the pain on the Helmuth? I feel like we always have two camps. Two good reasons to watch. Ace 10, 7, 2 diamonds. Call be flopping 2 pair. Lindy with middle pair and a backdoor straight and flush draw. Lindy made it 35K before the flop. Call up, he called. And Lindy is going to continue here. Curious to see if Colby is going to go for a check raise, given that his opponent might have a fair few aces in his range. Yesterday I said that the check raise is dead, and then we saw 2 in like the next 5 minutes, so I wonder
10 seconds.
What's going to happen now.
Right.
And there is the check raise indeed.
95 now.
Colby makes it 95,000 to go.
Ten seconds. Call.
Colby, or excuse me, Lindy does make the call with that pair of 10s and those backdoor options.
2 play.
Lindy also in position. Let's see what the turn brings. And it is the Queen of Hearts. And now we have 2 pair versus 2 pair. This could be a massive pot between friends. Action on Colby here in the big blind.
10 seconds.
$195.
He bets 195,000.
$195.
Donnie, if you're Lindy here, are we going to play for it all on the turn, or do you just rather call and see the river?
I think you can just get this in. Yeah, he's going to call.
Big river card coming up right now. It is the King of Spades, Donnie, and will this slow things down?
I think so.
Seconds.
Oh, here comes Colby, reaching for chips, bets all but 1 chip here. Donnie, is this still a value bet?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. It's hard to say what these players are doing. At this point, he might be feeling all right because he didn't get snapped.
10 seconds.
Lindy with a huge decision to make. $1 million up for grabs here.
Time extension.
What a decision here as we close in on the money bubble in this event. And Dylan Lindy lets it go. Folds 2 pair. Colopy turning his 2 pair into a bluff is my best guess, Donnie.
Yeah, that would be my guess too. But if you're sitting in Lindy's shoes, you know what hands that contain a jack check raise the flop like that?
Right.
You know, so that's what you got to ultimately figure out. Of course, there are some combinations of jack X of diamonds that can be doing that and then ultimately get there. So.
That was fishy.
Thank God these aren't on TV.
Jim Colopy will be found out by Lindy here as this hand airs, of course. Nice pickup there for Jim Colopy. Sitting on $1 million chips right now. He is our table chip leader.
King, jack of diamonds.
You bet the set of sevens in the river?
I would have bet less with a set of sevens.
10 seconds.
Is it jack 7 of diamonds? Jack 10 of diamonds?
Thank God no one solved this game.
Well, we'll all know in 30 minutes, that's for sure. Oh, I thought they told me it's a 30-minute delay.
Oh, is it?
Delay a little longer than
Yesterday
that.
was 30-minute delay.
Got the Golden Dragon in the chat. Thank you, Donnie, for adding the emoji.
You got it, sir.
For the East Coast viewers, especially, it'd be real right.
Action back around to Colopy with ace-4 on the button.
35. All in.
Look at this, Roger Johnson all in from the small with ace-5 offsuit. Tell me, let's go with the king-7, and Colopy here. Priced in with ace-4, makes the call. And Johnson, a favorite here to double back into the game. Stalling for only 6 big blinds.
I feel like we're going to see a chop here. That's what I'm sensing.
I mean,
I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm sensing.
You're a genius, Donnie. Let's see if it works out for you. 10-8 deuce, 2 clubs on board. Colopy the only player with a club. Turn card, the 9 of hearts. That chop looking more and more likely now. The big card would chop it. River is the 5 of hearts, and look at this. Roger Johnson with the clean double up here.
95.
Nice catch.
Very nice way to fade the chop here. As Johnson rakes in the pot. By the way, he's wearing that hat, says Walhalla, North Dakota. I had to Google that, of course. Small little town in North Dakota, very close to the Canadian border. I'd never heard of it before. But the first thing that pops up when I Google it, it says Johnson Farms.
Oh, look at that.
That's, of course, also what the JF stands for.
Well, according to Phil Helmuth, he owns all of North Dakota. So.
Well, according to an article I read, the Johnson family owns 20,000 acres. And that's an article from a while back, so I can only imagine they farm a whole lot of stuff. Super random side tangent as we see Dylan Lindy find pocket queens. My fiance's family is from North Dakota. We went to ride our bikes in a small town called Piesik, North Dakota, which happens to be very close to Walhalla, North Dakota. So I could have swung by the Johnson family farm.
Yes, you could.
Just got to get an invite. I'm sure it's a nice, nice property. Johnson finds ace-6 of hearts. Let's see if he wants to come along. And he does make the call on the button. Laskowitz has been on the losing end of a few hands here with inferior holdings. Now getting a decent price to see the flop, but it is King 8 of hearts here that he holds.
Call.
Does make the call. Hearts would be trouble for Laskowitz. Lindy's queens here well ahead.
Check.
10-5 deuce, 2 clubs. Lindy's got to feel good about his queens here. It being three-way, of course, you can't allow anyone to catch up, so.
Check.
Oh, does decide to check? I mean, what do I know?
Check. Reply.
4 of hearts pops up on the turn after all players check. And Laskowitz now
Check.
with the inferior flush draw. Johnson's going to like to see this one. Not only does he have the ace-high flush draw, also has a straight draw to go along with it. Donnie, are you surprised to see Lindy check here with queens on this 10-5 deuce flop?
No, not really. 3 ways, I think it's certainly viable here.
10 seconds.
I think here he's going to want to start betting though at this point.
He does bet 65,000. Johnson's still not very deep. Given the outs that we have, how often are we considering moving in here?
Call.
Is that 1/3 of the stack?
It does look like it, yeah.
This makes it interesting for Laskowitz. I say that because I mean I feel like he's been sticky so far.
Very sticky.
You know, like
yes.
the hand against Victoria Lifshitz the other time when he had the I believe it was bottom pair of deuces. So.
Oh, he does make the
Come
call.
along again. I mean, if the heart rolls off here, obviously very bad news for Laskowitz.
3-5.
River card is the 8 of diamonds. Not as much trouble as the heart, but he does have a pair that he might like to see at showdown, as he has shown to us on prior hands. Action on Lindy, who gets the check mark. And Johnson here investing
10 seconds.
a sizable chunk of his chips, only to be left with ace high.
And
look at this. Johnson gives up, doesn't want to
Slow roll? No?
take a stab, and Lindy tables queens to rake this one in.
I had too many outs. And Johnson roughly back to where he started. He was all in for just shy of 100K versus Colopy 2 hands ago. This hand brings him back down to 120K. So that double up still just as much needed here.
This hand right here. You're welcome.
If you're with us in the chat, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Helps us a lot. Tomorrow we're releasing the 2019 main event final table on our PokerGO YouTube channel. So if you haven't watched that one yet, or perhaps want to refresh the memory on that one, it's kind of funny how I start my day every day now, watching old school WSOP footage.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite year? Of,
Yeah.
Like of all the years?
Yeah.
I have a special connection with 04. I don't know why. I think it maybe because it was the first one that I watched, or the fact that Marcel Lusk went deep, and him being from the Netherlands, being sort of the first poker player that I knew, just makes me feel very nostalgic. John Murphy showing up late for day 5. Harry Dimitriou at the feature table with Marcel. Give a little bit of your chips to me, a little bit of singing. Yeah, let us know in the chat, what's the most rewatchable year of the WSOP? It's funny because like all the recent years, and I'm talking like sort of the live stream era, I feel as though we lived those, live. Like we watched all that stuff happen live, whether we were, on site or just watching the streams, which makes the experience so different from
I heard him say call.
the episodes from back in the day. And Laskowitz here all in, and then gets to pick up the chips without showdown. You have a favorite year, Donnie?
No, I don't think so. I mean, no. 04 was good. I mean, I'm with you on that.
Madison crying,
Yeah, I mean, I think 05 is like underrated.
05, 05 is really funny for one specific reason. All of a sudden, the tournament is down to the final 5, and Joe Hashem shows up.
that is funny. I do recall. I wanted to go watch it back, like maybe a year ago, and I started watching it back, and I was like, "Where's Joe?" I was like in my head, I'm like, "Where?" I had forgotten that, because when you watch it when it's live and whatever, you don't really realize that is happening. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, they're four-handed and Joe Hashem's just there. Like, what? Where did he just buy in?
There's more coverage of Joe Hashem on day 1 of 2006 than in the entirety
65?
of 05.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
65.
Lifshitz with a limp here with the ace from the small blind, and call up. He comes in with a raise from the big blind.
10 seconds. Time extension. Seconds. Time extension.
What options is Victoria considering here, and how does she perceive this
180
move by Colopy as she pulls out 190 for the limp raise?
Colby says no, thank you. I think she was just thinking about her sizing there, what she wanted to go with. I think she started that hand with, what, 25 big blinds or so?
And here's a look at the most iconic cash game show in all of poker. New season airing right now on PokerGO.com.
It went over 40.
We've got a promo code available for you. New HSP
Did it go over
12.
Did it go over 50 or 40?
For $20 off the annual sub.
You get 30 on the second one? Okay.
That's what I thought.
I apologize.
Please note that the final table of this event will be streaming exclusively
Got you. Yeah.
on PokerGO.com, so
I did 20 and 20.
might as well toss that coupon in there as well to get the discount
So
on
it
the
is
annual
20
sub.
and 30. Somebody told me it was 20 and 20.
No, if you use
Yeah, this is always 30.
But if you open and it comes back around, you only have 20.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's the right line rule.
Gotta love the shot clock, Donnie. Keep that action moving. You play with the shot clock. Is it intimidating?
No. I played with it once here in the studio. You see Colopy here moves all in against Johnson's big blind here.
Okay. 10 seconds.
Seven 4 suited, not going to do it for Roger Johnson. Colopy takes that one. Yeah, I played with it once in the studio. Played with it another time at the Win. I thought the one at the Win, at least at the time, needed a little bit of work, but I mean it's tricky. I think it's going to be hard to ever perfect, even here in the studio, ever perfect a shot clock in poker. I also hate calling it a shot clock, but that's
action
just,
clock.
That's just me. I mean, you can't really call it the action clock because I think that there's a company out there that has the action clock that I don't think you can steal the name. But like, no one's shooting baskets in, right?
Right.
I mean, it's a
So
play. It's a play clock, right?
Play clock.
Anyway, whatever. That's just a little gripe of mine. Anyway, but like for example, let's say it goes raise, 3-bet, 4-bet. Now it's on me. I only have 20 seconds, you know? Or let's say I'm the opener and it goes raise, or somebody 3-bets me, somebody 4-bets, somebody jams. Comes back to me as the opener. I only get 20 seconds.
Right.
You know, like it's interesting.
Fuck.
And look what we have here. Roger Johnson all in. Helmuth with the expletive as he realized that his ace has dominated.
Well, the good news for you, Phil, is that he's only got 4 bigs.
That prepays.
Okay, so
Old school trick.
the damage won't be all that bad.
This way he's already separated the chips from his stack. If he wins, it's just...
If I win, it's a zero.
Just asking for a 9 on the flop. No big deal.
Oh,
Deuce
hard.
5 jack.
3.
Little sweat.
Backdoor hearts for Helmuth. He's got a 4 to a wheel. Could, of course, hit the 3.
10 of spades on the turn.
Chops, too. Deuce 5.
Helmuth looking for one of these 13 cards you see on the screen. River card is the 8 of clubs.
I thought after you did to me yesterday, I was going to for sure hit this one.
Helmuth out for revenge, Donnie.
Yeah.
The Golden Dragon.
The Golden Dragon, baby. No, but yeah, ultimately, like, the best clock would be, like, some form of a chess clock. Like what they have in online poker.
Right.
Right? You know, as you're playing a tournament, your clock might build up a bit, and the deeper that you go and the faster that you act, like something like that. Now, can we ultimately implement that in live poker? Maybe. Probably take somebody committing a fair amount of resources to that effort, you know, but I'm sure one day no one thought we'd have cards getting read by RFID. You know, I know that they have RFID chips out there as well, so like, you know, it just would take some sort of investment.
It'd be really cool if a super high rollerable type event would give players one clock for the whole tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to come out and say that I'd be willing to bet that Triton does it at some point.
Right.
I like the octopus.
They seem to do all that
I
sort
like
of
the
stuff,
octopus
right?
logo a lot better than this.
Oh, thank you. Where is it? It should be over there.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle, where
Got it.
the button is.
Under the box.
Yes.
Does that not look like a bow tie to you guys?
Yeah, we're redoing this.
No, I like that one.
Yeah, well, tell this to Nick Schulman. She
I will.
says nobody likes it.
Helmuth limps here from the small blind with 2 5s. Laskowitz opts to put in a raise, 10-5 off.
I think Nick has a point. We can do better. But
Fold.
I'm partial to this joke.
I believe you. Yeah.
Helmuth folds it and shows. Phil Helmuth poker, he says.
Fold, and then everybody's going to be shocked when I show up with queens and someone else puts in with 9s. They'll be shocked.
The best. Just the best.
Is he just saying he's waiting for someone to get coolered at his at their
Phil Helmuth school of poker. Just cooler everyone.
The only
That's
hands
what
I
happens.
really have buried are ace. You could have ace 3. You don't know how tight I limp, so you have to raise, right?
Just cooler people. That's the right way to play poker. David in the chat says, every time Helmuth takes off his headphones, he takes a shot. He takes a shot.
Yeah. Is this your first time?
I love it. Colby finds a real one here. Ace Jack of clubs. Benny says, "Hey guys, what are the Hellmuth haters going to do when he wins his 18th bracelets this summer?"
Thank you.
I mean,
yeah, but if he wins it in the middle of the night, did it actually happen?
Exactly. If no one's there to see it, shout out whatever that turbo event was. Was it a 10K turbo?
Yeah, 10K turbo.
Unbelievable.
Won it at like 5 a.m. or something.
It's all Phil Ivy's fault. Phil Ivy was at the final table. He said, "Play on. I want to play." Should have stopped him. Maury Escandani lives at the World Series of Poker. The one night he wasn't there
I would
to
also
stop
limp with tons, but then I would
everything.
had to raise.
We could have had that on the stream. Would have been something.
Or even ace ten. Just gonna get it in.
Both players here with Ace Jack. Two friends battling. Colopy versus Lindy.
Check.
Two pair on board now.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You just fold for 3, 4, 5 rounds, and someone just gives you chips. It's a beautiful life.
10 seconds. Check.
Oh, Phil. God bless you. On the turn here. Lindy versus Colopy.
Check.
Colopy had raised to 40K. Lindy called. 7, 7, 6. Check, check. Also check the 6 turn. 9 on the river.
I love the fact that I just read 3 different people talking in the chat, and the next person says, "Is this live?" As if I'm talking to the future.
10 seconds.
Lindy announces a pot-sized bet of 110,000. So it's the beauty of the chop, which Colopy is probably hoping for, but it's a big price to pay to find out.
Seconds.
Colopy bluffed Lindy earlier. Let's see if Lindy can return the favor. He cannot. They're going to chop it, but
well done.
Wow, what a moment.
what a moment.
Golf betting experts at the table?
Not this table, I think those tables.
No, yeah, I'm gonna start out quick with 5 guys total prize for.
I was hoping you had 5s.
First one, I guess I gotta go Shepard, but. And then I gotta go last.
Right. Yeah, like snake.
Yeah, snake, yeah.
I'm betting Scheffler, Rahm, and Koepka. Koepka's 20 to 1. How can he be 20 to 1? He won a major last year, right?
No, well,
yeah.
He was
And
leading the match.
This is the Masters, right?
Yeah.
So we're playing the
second
Open
like
now?
3 times in the Masters.
We should be playing the Masters during the Masters and the Open during the Open.
Yeah, they screwed
Golf to me is one of those sports that I really love to play.
He's been doing that all day.
But I absolutely cannot stand to watch.
I saw 6 of hearts or
I mean,
something like that.
I might turn it on like background type of stuff, and if there's something
Like,
kind of notable.
like Masters Sunday coming down to a few final holes.
I mean, it's just really
Some
hard
free information
for me
and a wash.
to.
Free
Unless
information
it's
and a
Tiger,
wash.
I just can't really get drawn to it. It kind of stinks in a way, you know. I just.
I'm out.
Maybe he's got one more run in him. Who knows? But yeah, I think golf is kind of, in a way, searching for an identity. At least the PGA. Ever since Tiger is kind of,
It's like he loses his breath and he's
fallen
just trying
off.
to
He's
catch it
obviously
to
not
continue his
Tiger that he
joy.
once was. But we'll see. Maybe something will develop this weekend. You never know.
I wish I had more time to play golf.
45.
I'm going to Top Golf soon. Got some friends in town.
There you go.
I feel like I'm going to throw my back out.
You'll be all right. Helmuth is in there with 2 jacks. Makes it 45,000.
He must be nervous playing next to his hero.
10 seconds.
Action over to Colby in the big blind. 9 deuce suited.
I gave him 10.
Yay! It's been a while.
Shows the jacks. It's been a while, he says.
I gave him 10. I gave him 10? Yeah.
Oh, I'll use my whole 30 seconds. He's smart enough to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I always just try to run and I never ask.
Sometimes asking hurts you, you know. Depends on who you're playing against.
This crew.
We're not going to kill his hand, right?
I don't know that we have a choice, but I would vote not to. So, but yeah.
If it's in turn.
Michelle, players away from the table. Is their hand dead?
I see him.
He's on his way back right now.
Dead, right? How can you change your rules?
We tried. We were arguing in favor of your hand being locked.
Yeah.
Dylan didn't think you should wash your hands.
Yeah, well.
I mean, Sam Sauer was able to get
No, I was going to use
a
all my
bathroom
30
break
seconds here.
figured out
All right.
in one hand. Pretty impressive.
Well, the player's acted too
So you were
quickly.
smart enough to
that's
ask.
true,
I never
yeah.
ask. I always just, when a big pot comes, I'm like, I can run over there now.
Colby's just going to move in here.
Yeah, 22
Against
minutes.
Roger
I know you.
Johnson's short stack.
Yeah.
360, all in there.
Here we go. All right, Johnson all in for 180. Colby with Jack 7 of hearts. Johnson shows Ace Jack offsuit. He's in a terrific situation here to find a double up. Colby can afford to lose a little here. He's still the biggest stack at the table. Here comes the flop. Jack, deuce 4. Not what Colby needs.
Thank you.
Johnson very safe for now. Turn card. 9 of hearts. Colby looking for a 7 and a 7 only to send Johnson to the rail, as we are about 5 eliminations away from the money. River card is the 10 of clubs, and Johnson will double up again.
$160.
Colby now left with 685. Action folds to Victoria Lifshitz with ace deuce offsuit. She's going to come in for the raise. Colby tosses ace 6 into the muck. And there it is. The heater might be starting for Roger Johnson as he finds jacks in the small blind right after doubling up.
10 seconds.
All in.
All in.
Johnson moves all in.
Quick fold out of Lifshitz.
You haven't lost a hand since he got here.
Chips to fight with now.
Yeah, all of a sudden you double up once.
Take that back. That was a
Take down the blinds and antes once, and you
Thank you.
have a whole bunch of fold equity.
And all these stacks are, you know, relatively close overall. Colby's the biggest stack of this bunch. He's got almost 35 big blinds. And then everyone else is just kind of all close. No one's really super short. I mean, Roger Johnson was, but of course he kind of spun it up recently, and yeah. Getting down to it, getting down close to the money. I believe there's 3 tables left, so I don't know, what, 18, 19 players left, something like that. 12 spots pay. Action folds to Hellmuth. Limps in with 9 deuce off. Laskowitz in the big blind.
Two play.
Laskowitz checks. Jack 7-3.
Check. Warning.
Laskowitz gets to take one down. Tommy's displaying lots of patience so far. We've seen him get out of line with one hand, and then all the rest he's been sort of sitting back, letting the action come to him. Feel as though that's where he's most comfortable, when he gets to talk about how people will ultimately give their chips to him. Laskowitz in the small blind with ace-3 off. He's going to just call.
Seconds. Two player.
Lindy happy to see a free flop as King Queen 6 shows up.
Second. Check.
Not a whole bunch to report on in this hand. Just a quick reminder here for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll have final table coverage of this event with Jeff Platt and Brent Hanks on PokerGO.com, so don't miss out on that.
Check.
Pot staying small here between Laskowitz and Lindy in this blind battle.
Check. Second. Check.
This one's getting checked all the way down. Laskowitz gets the check mark. Let's see if either player is going to take a stab here.
Seconds. Check.
Ace announced, and Laskowitz takes this one down. Really hoping for some Hellmuth action here, Donnie. It's been a little bit quiet.
Well, he's just waiting to cooler someone.
Yeah, you're right. He's waiting for queens and then someone else to have nines. That's what he announced. That's what he is.
I hope that exact situation happens, by the way.
Oh, my God. And then, of course, he's going to say, I told you so, or something along those lines. By the way, Donnie, speaking of giveaways, we're sending 10 annual subscribers to PokerGO.com to play in our $1 million PGT Championship Dream Seat Invitational. If you join now or upgrade today using promo code PGTDream24, you will automatically be entered, as we are adding one player each month, so there's 10 draws left. Are you responsible for the draw, Donnie? Who's doing
Nope, Tim Duckworth.
So we have 2 already?
I think so.
Curious to see who those people are, if they've
40,000.
if they've claimed their seat as Laskowitz finds nines. Is this the moment where Helmuth finds queens in the big blind?
Helmuth already folded.
Oh, I thought he was. I'm looking at the wrong positions. I was just hoping for that clash that he predetermined would happen.
Lifshitz, though, here with a playable hand. Ace Jack from the big blind.
145.
145.
3-bet announced. Laskowitz standing up, getting a better visual of what Lifshitz is working over there for chips.
What do you thinking?
10 seconds.
Lifshitz, sorry, Laskowitz should do here.
I mean, I think it is risky here.
Time extension.
Being pretty close to the money, but I think I lean just get it in.
10 seconds. Time extension.
There are probably also some image considerations at play, you know. I think this is well timed from Lifshitz. And if Laskowitz thinks she's there he does shove. Okay. I was gonna say, if he thinks she's a little bit more snug than a lot of people, maybe he decides to play conservative and fold, but I think this is the right play here.
And Lifshitz lets go of the ace-jack offsuit, and Laskowitz chips up nicely. Now sitting on 650K.
Whew. Yeah. You almost used 3. You didn't have 3. You're at 110, so you had 10 seconds before you had dead hand. I think we get two more people. Or no, 12 at 4 people, yeah.
45?
45.
Sounds like there's 16 people left.
Yeah.
So again, 12 spots make the money.
Yeah, as soon as we hit the money bubble, that's going to be end of our coverage. Tournament staff prefers to do it that way, and we totally understand, as we of course use this as our bonus coverage. The final table is streaming tomorrow on PokerGO.com with Jeff and Brent on the call. Donnie and I will get to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah. Helmuth won that one, getting in there with the queen jack of diamonds. Raise and take.
Yeah, hey, it's fun to win a pot.
Helmuth on 26 bigs. I mean, I've seen Phil.
Yeah.
See ya, Dill.
I've seen him play with very small stacks.
I knew, but
and be comfortable. So 26 bigs to him
You can
must
stop.
feel like a pile.
he's got me up here. It's like, just going through the motions.
So we are going to
Aren't we all?
lose Dylan
Good luck,
Lindy.
Dylan.
He's high carded off of this table. So I think that means we're at 15 then?
I guess so.
5, 5, and 5. Makes sense to me.
And then if there had been 85, it would have paid 13.
Do you feel like they pay too much?
People,
15%, right?
they pay 1 in every 7.
In the old days, they didn't pay as much. It was very tough.
I prefer like 12, 12 and a half.
It is a big min cash, though, arguably.
I know, that's why, but like, I don't know, I won one of these, it was like only 20 buy.
In the old
I
days,
don't
it
like
was-
top heavy, but I feel like it's a little top heavier.
Yeah.
I'm with Lascaux. Pay 10%
45.
these
In the old days,
tournaments,
it was
let's
40%, 20%, 10%.
45.
Helmuth finds ace king of spades, hoping for someone to fall for the trap.
Did he just say it was 40%, 20%,
Sitting goes paid
10%?
50, 30, 20.
I remember that.
Oh,
he did
Roger,
say
you
that.
didn't want to have ace.
That doesn't equal 100.
Because I know
I
you're
mean,
gonna shove.
The rest
I'm
all
gonna
went to
snap.
Helmuth's
He
pocket
knows your
like
game.
immediately.
And I'm going to say, you need a queen.
Well, these days you only have 4 starting hands.
Oh, I-
Aces, kings, queens, and ace king. That's
I
it.
played king jack suit.
He only traps with ace queen.
Yeah, you weren't there.
I was there. He
That's how
trapped
I
me
got
with
my
ace queen.
chips.
Yeah.
Somebody raised.
I was there before.
Somebody raised, I smooth called, somebody moved in, and then I snapped with ace queen.
Ooh, let's see. Trying to think of who. It wasn't David. Was it Dan? It was Coleman? Or no?
Which gave me some flexibility.
Speaking of ace queen, that's what Victoria Lifshitz finds here. She is in the cutoff seat.
45.
Coming in for 45,000. No one finds anything to play with, and Victoria scoops that one in.
Yeah, because if it goes all in all and I can fold it.
One of my favorite old school things to look at is hand and mob results. And sometimes you'll find some weird ones where the buy-in was 10K and the min cash is 7,500. Stuff like
Ludwig's
that
playing his first major, right?
is always so fun.
Yeah, he can win.
Whenever I hear Ludwig, I think of Ludwig van from Clockwork Orange, the way he refers to the Beethoven.
The people at home might like your references if they could hear you.
I'm mic'd up too.
Good, but he doesn't ask.
Yeah. Doctor's orders.
Raise 20.
40's out.
Call.
Jim Colopy
I call the bluff.
plays the part.
530, I'm guessing.
Helmuth raising here. Min raise, so interesting sizing, but Helmuth is known to be a little bit more unconventional.
Couldn't stand it when I played the 5s and I didn't even take a flop.
Laskowitz calls in position. Jack 6 deuce, 2 diamonds. Helmuth quickly checks the table.
Is that like a quick give up there from Helmuth, or could it be anything?
I have no idea what Helmuth does half the time. Like, let's say Laskowitz bet. I mean, he could like snap check raise. Like, you know, he does kind of the
thing.
zoom stuff that he always talks about.
Order at 6 minutes.
Helmuth here
Lemongrass.
picks up a pair of kings, checks again. Laskowitz opened, now checks back. River card, queen. So Laskowitz with
45.
a pair, probably going to pay off Helmuth here.
King.
And there
Can we
it
wait
is.
5 minutes?
Wow, look at that. Some quick and easy value for Helmuth.
Yeah, I figured. Queen looked like a good card for me.
Donnie, all these donkeys are just giving their chips away. I kid.
Ace river, I don't lose any money. You're going to get me. Yeah, but you might raise too much. I'm going to bet out like 40. And if you raise like 200, I can just snap it. If you raise like 90, I'm just going to have curiosity killed the cat.
Helmuth feeling good. Of course, he's up over 600. He is the biggest stack at this feature table. He's cruising along nicely. Six 3 of diamonds here for Laskowitz. He's in the small blind, only has to battle with Lifshitz in the big blind. Comes in with a call, and Lifshitz finds queen 4 off. She checks.
2-player.
Nine, 9.
This flop also could be called German denial.
Check. Check.
Let's see another 9, just because.
Upside down.
Upside down.
Turn that card around.
That 6 does give Laskowitz a full house, puts him out in front here.
Second.
40.
40,000.
I don't think Laskowitz has any time extensions left. Which is worth noting, you know. Important juncture of the tournament. Close to the money here.
We've seen players get into trouble with that situation or scenario at final tables. I have not seen it, I don't think, ever prior to a final table. Very rare to see players run out of time bank chips. Like I said, we're closing up shop when we get down to the bubble. We are only a few eliminations away from that, so please keep that in mind. Live reporting is available on pgt.com. And here we go. Helmuth finds 10s. Victoria Lifshitz finds aces. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have a big clash on our hands.
Helmuth starts it off with a raise. 2.5x, 50,000.
And look at this.
Lifshitz plays it slow.
She just makes the call.
Comes with the call.
Disguising the strength of her hand. And if we get a low flop, we might see something epic. And the king deuce 9 might save Helmuth. And he checks immediately. 8 of spades on the turn. Lifshitz first to act. Helmuth is in position. She's reaching. Looks like 50K. Snap call from Helmuth. His trademark style. Bringing the hands to the face. 7 of spades completes the board. The question now is how much is Lifshitz going to go for? And is Helmuth again going to snap call? $75K is the bet.
75.
Helmuth makes the call immediately.
Yeah, fuck. I knew it might be aces. Wow. She's super cool with me again. Come on.
Oh shit, I should have just jumped on you.
What the fuck is going on? She plays every hand. I
Could've
play
gotten
no hands. What the fuck? Plays so fucking perfect. They fucking just cool me off. It's so crazy. They're dead every fucking hand. All fucking shows up with aces. Wow. Should have just folded the river and said, you have aces. If she had 10s and I had aces, it's just over. But what the fuck is going on here? You just play so fucking perfect. Just fucking day after day after day. What the fuck?
$40 now.
Oh.
Helmuth is steaming.
Two-player.
All right, next hand here. King 6-6 on board. Lifshitz flops trips. Nothing out there for Roger Johnson.
Come on.
Check.
I can't get any money from me unless it's fucking brutal.
35.
Looks like this will be our final hand of the night.
Aw, thank you.
Players are
Can
going
I
on
do
break,
a,
after which they
chili
will
sea bass?
play the
Garlic?
money bubble in
No,
this
no,
event.
not the
So
Chilean.
let me refer you
Garlic
to
and lime. Garlic and lime, sorry.
PGT.com for live reporting of the rest
And
of the
then could I
night
do a,
to find out whether Phil
soft
Helmuth will
shell
make
crab
the final
fried
table
rice.
tomorrow. The final table will stream live on PGT.com.
a
That'll
coconut,
be
please.
at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern. For now, thank you for joining us for this bonus coverage of event number 3 of the 2024 U.S. Poker Open. My name is Remko Rinkema. Donnie Peters was alongside me. We'll be back tomorrow night for event number 4. Some bonus coverage late at night as well. Like I said, Jeff and Brent on the call tomorrow. Go join them for the final table, which may or may not include Phil Helmuth. Follow the live reporting on PGT.com to find that out. For now, wishing you a good night from Las Vegas, and we'll catch you again tomorrow night.